Okay, I'm live, honey. Oh, I can't see how many people is on here. Hey, you guys.
My radio glue.
Babe, I haven't unpacked anything. Anything you looking for? It's on the order. Hey, y'all. Happy Saturday. Come on in. I done made it home, child. What a trip. Hi. Come on in. Share the live. Let me see if I can share the live. Hey, friend. Hi, Lydia. Y'all know I got contacts on and I got to put my glasses on. That's how bad your girl vision is. Hey, Bridget. I wanted to do a just a little follow-up of the show and just tell y'all what happened, all of the things. But let me share the live first. Help me share the live, y'all. Give me 1 second. I can share the live with all of my peoples. Thank you, Diva. Thank you so much. I'm actually about to do like skin flood my skin because of course Mother's Day is tomorrow, and my neighbor is having like a little Mother's Day get together in a few minutes, well, in an hour or so. So I wanted to see if I can get some people on and just talk for a little bit. Share my experience. Give me 1 second. Let me invite all my little friends. Andrew was up on the monitor almost the whole entire time. So thank you, Vivi. So just seeing Andrew's face up there calmed my nerves. I gotta thank him because it's just like seeing his face up there, it made me feel like I wasn't up there by myself. So y'all let me know when Andrew come in the room. And just to get some things out of the way before we even get started, for anybody who is new in the room, my name is Keisha Dixon. I am a... Kiwi, come close this door! She gone. Hey, Lamb Chop. Oh, I didn't know you were still in here. And I need my fan.
I'm using it real quick.
My name is Keisha Dixon. I am a registered nurse by trade. Anything that I say in this video is in benefit of body positivity, and I am a healthcare professional. So y'all, it's a disclaimer that we have to say now. Anyway, hey, Miss Moni. She said, can I have your autograph? Yes, girl. Y'all, I had such a great time. It was such a surreal moment. Let me move this little sign. I like all my little, yeah. Hey, KK Cole. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, my mom did speak well, y'all. I was nervous. I was nervous when Oprah said, does anyone in the audience have any questions? My mom was like, can I say something? And so I was like, yes, do you have something that you want to share? Yeah. And so she was like, call her. And I'm like, I can't call her, but let's raise our hand. So we raised our hand, and thankfully Oprah made it to her, and she was able to share her experience. So I'm happy for her, honey. She's been on 10 ever since. Hello. Hey, Miss Carter. Hey, Miss Carter. You saw me, BB girl. I was cute. I felt so wonderful. I felt so wonderful. So let me just get the live started. And y'all, I'm gonna take my glasses off. I probably won't be able to see the comments because I want to get my skin together before I go and just share my experience with you guys. Okay. So first and foremost, I did a live, and on my live I talked about how I was feeling, and I was getting myself together, ready to go. And by the time it was time for me and my mom to go, mind you, we were staying on. Oh, you was crying. Okay, hold on. Let me put the screen where I can see. There we go. Hold on one second, because I can put the screen where I can see y'all's comments really big. But this thing not letting me live. Hold on, you guys. I'm sorry. Let's see. Oh, man. Can I just take this picture? Hold on, y'all. Okay, there we go. So, by the time it was time for us to go, I had received a lot of calls. I was trying to call Sade to tell Sade happy birthday, because that day was Sade's birthday. And I didn't want to get so caught up in what I was doing that I would forget to call her for her birthday. So I was getting dressed in. I was trying to call Sade at the same time, do like a little live, just like a little Zoom call with the girlfriends so that we all could be in a great headspace for one another. And I was able to reach Delante, which that made me feel really good as well. So by the time it was time for us to go, I wanted to order car service because my mom didn't want to walk. So I was ordering car service, but the guy said it would take him 45 minutes to get us where we needed to go. And it was like a 13-minute walk. So I was like, okay, Mama, we have to walk. So we walked. When we got there, y'all, everybody looked amazing. It was in this beautiful like business office with this huge lobby, and they had like the big Weight Watcher signs everywhere. So we all went in, got in line. They checked our IDs. We had to go through security, of course. Once we got through security, they had like a little display of like books. Books were everywhere. Books were everywhere, y'all. Like all kind of health related books. Every speaker that was there that had written a book, their book was out displayed. And then there were drinks, like thank you. There were drinks out, cocktails. What's wrong?
I'm just gonna borrow your eyeliner.
Cocktails and stuff. So we were able to indulge in that. Andrew, I wanted to tell you, your picture was on the screen in front of us the whole entire time, friend. And that made me so comfortable. I felt like I was not there alone because you were up there. You were the only person that was up there the whole entire time. You looked so amazing in your suit jacket. You looked so amazing, friend. And I was sitting in the front, right in front of Oprah, and you were also right in the front where everybody could see you. And your picture was there the whole entire time. So I felt like I wasn't there alone. I was very calm. Now, before taping, one of the producers came in, and he talked with the audience, gave us told us what we had to do, kind of calmed our nerves, just let us know that there was no expectations, for us to speak, that we were just there to listen and engage. They wanted us to be our authentic selves. They wanted us to, it was almost like a group of friends just in a room chatting. So that was like the atmosphere that they wanted us to feel, which was amazing. So we went in, we were able to do our, they know they had a lot of influencers there. Oh, and Dr. Jenna was there. Weight Doc was there. Yeah, a lot of people that was on social media that I recognized from TikTok was there. And I was excited about meeting Dr. Jenna. What you need now, babe?
The Food of Beauty, and that's my last thing.
The what? Okay. Um, so I was able to meet the weight doc. I was so happy about that. Anything that you take out, just put it back where you got it from. That's all I ask. Thank you. Thank you, Andrew. I appreciate that. Yes, the suit was amazing. My friend Nikita styled me. She did a great job. I think I felt amazing, and everybody that was there looked beautiful. Everybody that was there was beautiful. So we get in after the host, after the producer warmed us into what our roles were. I kind of felt a whole sense of relief when they said that there was no expectations, just be your true authentic self. If there was something that you want to add, raise your hand, you can add. So they gave us the opportunity, if we wanted to speak, we could raise our hands and stuff like that. I was seated right behind Sema, the owner of Weight Watchers, or the CEO. Y'all, she's a wonderful person, and very down to earth. Everybody was down to earth. We were able to meet everybody. And Miss Oprah Winfrey is very down to earth as well. Oprah gave me the feeling of like she was like a homegirl. Like, she's very professional. When the cameras start rolling, y'all, she gets into her talk show personality. You know, they had like a prompter behind the cameras for her to read and stay caught up and to stay on task. Of course, she had her little cards where she could stay on task and stuff like that. But you can tell this lady got this stuff. This lady had this stuff going on. So she went from homegirl, talking to everybody, to getting it together. You know, getting right into her role. Y'all, I'm using my beauty stat. This is like a skin peel. So, of course, she walks in. She has a beautiful pink suit on. It was monochromatic. She had all pink. Everything was pink. The jacket, the top, the suit jacket, the pants. And then she had on some khaki shoes. Her hair was beautiful. In person, Oprah is a tiny person, y'all. I don't know what the video is giving, because I never had a chance to go back and watch it, because I got off the plane and went straight to work. So actually this morning was the first time I was able to rest. But she's a very petite person, y'all. But Tress is when I broke down, because she spoke so well. Y'all, let me tell y'all about Tressie. That lady is freaking brilliant. And I have her phone number, and I'm gonna call her this week for sure. I'm gonna call her this week for sure, because I feel like Tressie can be an amazing life coach. I don't know if she's into life coaching. I don't know what her practice is. I don't know if you got to use your insurance to hire her to be she's a social therapist. So I don't really know what that means. But after the show, I talked with her. We exchanged numbers, and she told me to call her. And I'm definitely going to call her, because I feel like Tressie is someone that will give you the insight that you need, the truth, because that lady spoke the truth up there, and I love that about her. And she did it so eloquently, and she said some eye-opening stuff, like facts are facts, whether we like it or not. Sometimes a fact is a fact. And that's what that lady was speaking on. She was speaking on facts when it comes to how we see each other, how the world sees us, how it's going to come to an end, how, all of that stuff that she was saying was so true. It was just so true, and I loved that. I loved it. And then I think Katie had said something. No, it was Bussy. not Bussy, Busy. Busy had said something too. She had said that, we have hurt each other so much around these topics. Like, even when we are in the room, it's like we don't know how to talk to each other, because I promise you, just talking to a lot of people in the room, like right before we had like a little social, I would ask, so do you know what you're going to say? Do you know what it is that you're going to share? We all were like, no, because it's like, it's so easy to be in a room by yourself talking to a camera. It's just me and my camera in the room, and I'm talking to my camera. I can get my thoughts together and I can express exactly what it is I want to say. But if I'm in a room of people that are looking at me and that are looking for a genuine response from me, it's like you almost got to have an out of body experience to get your mind together to say what it is you want to say, especially when you have a lot of eyes on you and the eyes are hungry for knowledge. It's hard, y'all. It was so hard. And then not to mention all the lights, all the cameras that that were there that y'all couldn't see, y'all, the bright lights. It was just, I was so nervous. I was so nervous. But I knew what it is that if I had the opportunity to share, that I wanted to say. And actually, I was able to share because afterwards, a couple of us were interviewed by the New York Times. I don't know if a piece is going to come out, but they had picked a couple of us to be interviewed by the New York Times. And so I was able to say what I wanted to say to them. Oprah did not have a time to do photo ops with everybody that was in the room, but she gifted us well, and she made sure everybody was taken care of. She did do that. And then also, she made sure she thanked everybody, showed her appreciation or whatever, and we all were able to have a personal experience with her. But they were not. We weren't able to use. They did let us use our cameras, but they had asked us respectfully, like, to keep it to a minimum. So just out of respect for Oprah, I just tried not to be caught with my camera out. Now, I did get some footage of Oprah, which I will be posting tomorrow or the day after when I get a chance to settle down. I'm going to post it so y'all can see. But it's not like I was in her face with the camera. I made sure that the cameras did not catch me with my camera and all of that stuff. But I got some really good footage. Like, my mom was able to meet Oprah. She was able to talk to her. She was able to shake her hand. Which, I love that for my mom because, our parents have more of a personal relationship than we do. My mom watched her career from the beginning. So, yeah. Hey, Delante. Have y'all ever had milk soda? This is a yogurt and milk soda. It's called Milkus. It's Korean. It's so good. So it was a surreal moment. It was long, y'all, and it was cold in there. By the time I was about to leave, y'all, I was shaking. I was so cold, I was shaking because I have all of this hardware in my body. So, hey, Delante. I'm just doing my, sharing my experience. And I'm going to post this on YouTube later on. So, the show started. Oprah was very beautiful, like I said. And I love how they started the show with Katie. And they started... Thank you, friend. Thank you, friend. They started the show with Katie and Sema. Let me tell y'all something, y'all. Sema was shaking the whole time. I sat behind her, and you could tell she was nervous. You could tell that she was genuine. You could tell that she wants to resolve any issues that anybody is having with that company. You could tell it. You can feel it off of her, y'all. I don't know if you could see it from the cameras, but Sema was shaking like the whole time. Anytime she had to address the company, it was like she was she just wants everybody to know how sorry she was. And I like the fact that she owned like things that people who experience Weight Watchers, and the trauma behind it. She was trying to own it, and to me it came off like she did, like she was genuine. And now my experience, because I learned a lot from that program, with everyone telling their Weight Watchers story. Now, like Oprah said, everybody has a Weight Watchers story, but I don't technically have a Weight Watchers story. Like my mom does. My story is just watching my mom go through Weight Watchers. My mom didn't put me on Weight Watchers, and then I was also surprised that kids were on Weight Watchers. That was new to me, y'all. I had no idea about that. Someone enlightened me in my live yesterday. I mean, that day when I was doing my makeup, that you all were having to weigh yourselves in the room with one another, and how embarrassing that was. And I loved how Sema said that on the walls they had "It's a choice." It's a choice, something like that, you guys, and how they took that down. And I was like, man, that's profound, when someone is telling you that it's a choice for you to be overweight, and then once they realize that it wasn't a choice, that it is biological, how devastating that could be to anyone, because it's like sometimes we have to put ourselves in other people's shoes. When you're a business and you're a company and you think that you're doing the right thing by the public because your intentions are well, your intentions are well. And I mean, I would say for myself, my intention, anything that I do, my intentions are well, and all of us have offended someone in some type of way, unbeknownst to ourselves. And when you realize you offend someone, I know me, when I feel like I have offended someone, that devastates me, because I never want to be the one hurting someone. I never want to be that person. And if I have hurt you, I want someone to tell me so that I can atone. And that's all really they're trying to do, is atone. And she discussed all the ways that she said that they're atoning. And that's another video as well that I'm going to post. Right, Delante, never intentionally. That I'm going to post on YouTube. So I don't know, y'all. I feel like this is only the beginning. I don't feel like this is the last show. I love the way Oprah was able to pick people off, the monitors to say things. And I love that Sade was able to, on her birthday, say what she said, what she did say so eloquently. I was so proud to see Sade. And then that's another thing that made me feel like I was not there alone, because my friends were up there on the screen. I love how Oprah, I want to hear from some more men next special. And that's another thing, Andrew, that my husband said when he was watching. He was like, they had a lot of men in the audience, because they did, y'all. They had a lot of men in the audience. Y'all, Andrew says water check. Whenever Andrew's name pop up, y'all, just automatically do your water check. But Andrew, there were a lot of men in the audience, and the producer said to us, everybody that was chosen to be there had some type of, they were there because they had some type of something significant that they did in the community, is why they were chosen. And then we all had a +1. So for the men that was there, I was just so curious as to why they were there and what they had did, because I didn't talk to a lot of men. But what did y'all think? What did y'all think sitting there for 3 hours and watching Katie Bussey, Tracy, the psychologist talk about how the mind works. What did y'all think? Mama Glenda, there was a lot of men there. There were a lot of men there that's on their journey. I'm using this, y'all. Very emotional. Yeah. The young lady who told the story about picturing herself as a cow going down the aisle, and then Julie, the young lady who said that she doesn't go anywhere with her kids. It was interesting what most women go through with their bodies. Yeah, honey. My husband says it's interesting what most women go through with their bodies. I think it's accountability, yeah. Yeah. Another thing that resonated to me is like when they talked about not being in photographs. Because I went a long time when I was at my heaviest weight right before I went to Miami with my friends, and I came to the realization that I needed to change. I wouldn't want to take pictures, and when Oprah asked, what have you lost? What are some things that you have lost because of the way you've seen yourself and pictured yourself? The first thing that had came to my mind is like time with my friends, time going out. And my husband can attest to this. There's a lot of times people invite us to go everywhere because my husband, first of all, is the life of the party no matter where we go. So everybody want my husband there because he's just a fun time. Like, he is a fun time. So he is the life of the party. And because my husband is the life of the party, he brings out that in me. So when we go somewhere, y'all, we have a great time. Everybody want the Dixons there because they know we're going to bring peace where we go and we're going to have a good time. So when I was at my heaviest, y'all, it's a lot of places that I was invited. I didn't want to go because I didn't want to go shopping. I didn't want to go shopping to find because I wasn't going to find anything that fit my body. And then when I do buy something that I do like, I got to buy it in a bigger size and I got to bring it to my seamstress so my seamstress can size it down for me so I could go and I can buy a $30 outfit. But by the time my seamstress is done with altering it, adding fabric, taking fabric away, shortening it, it's like over $100 that I done spent getting stuff altered. So it had gotten to the point where it just wasn't that fun. Like it would stress me out to want to go somewhere because am I going to be comfortable in my body? Am I going to be, y'all, I had been insecure about my arms for a long time.
Oh, have you seen my keys?
No. You could take my car. I'm not going nowhere. Yeah, we'll just drive Daddy's car. I'm not going nowhere. So Letty says, yes, shopping has always kept me from going places. I'm telling you, and it's like when you are uncomfortable in your skin, uncomfortable with what you have on, you can't be you. It's like you going places, you going to the event, but you can't enjoy it because you feel like everybody is looking at you. And like I was saying, I felt so insecure about my arms for a long time because not only was I overweight, but I had a double mastectomy. I have lymphedema in my arms, so sometimes my arms swell. Like right now, my arms are really swollen because every time I fly, my arms swell up. So tonight I have to get my bandages out. I gotta wrap my arms so that the fluid, so I can decompress them. So Delonte is saying, share your highest weight, starting weight, and your current weight. So my highest weight was 225. It might have been a little bit over, but when I started journaling my story. When I started my journey, I was 225. I probably was higher than that. Um, and my current weight is 161. Today I weighed myself. I was 161 because y'all know I did the most in New York. I ate all kind of stuff. But another thing that I received from the show, y'all, is when they ask, what are you gonna do moving forward? What are you gonna accept moving forward? And I decided I'm gonna accept my weight the way I am. Now I'm gonna continue to take my GLP-1s, and I'm gonna continue to eat as healthy as I've been eating. But I'm going to accept my body doing what it wants to do when it wants to do it. And I'm going to listen to it. I'm not going to demand it to do anything outside of what it wants to do. Because I stress myself out about that. Like I'll say, okay, well, I'm going to start my work week. So for my work week, I'm going to fast. I'm going to do 16 and 8 for these next 3 days that I have to work. And then I'm going to treat myself really well. Like I'm still doing that. Like I still have not learned to just be me, enjoy my life, because I already have something working for me. I already have my GLP-1 working for me. So why am I doing all this extra stuff? Why am I continuing to do all of these, extra stuff? Getting on the scale. Y'all, I still do this. I'll get on the scale and I'll let the scale dictate to me how my day gonna go. If my weight is down, then okay, then I can splurge, I can do this, I can do that. If my weight is up, okay, well, I got to stick to salads today. I got to stick to greens and this and that. I still do that. But being in that room, especially being in the presence of Katie and listening to Katie talk to us about, body positivity and just loving who we are and accepting the temple that God have given us. It's a temple. These are temples that we are in by the grace of God. So I'm not going to continue to judge what he have given me. It's a gift. Why am I so hard on myself? I love how I look. I love how I feel. Just enjoy that. The peace. So it's just going to be, it's just what it's going to be. Now, I ain't say that to say I'm not going to get my fat transfer. I'm still going to get my fat transfer. But I'm going to deal with that when the time comes, because I ain't doing it tomorrow. I don't know when God going to put it on my heart to have that procedure, even if he put it on my heart. But when he speak and tell me, okay, it's time, you're ready, then until I hear that, I'm just going to enjoy my life. I'm just going to be peaceful. Someone else has said about the before and after pictures. I still be telling people, make sure you take some before pictures. Now, in my heart, my intentions in saying that is because sometimes when you are losing, you cannot see it. Because sometimes I look in the mirror and I still see, like, y'all, even at the show looking at myself, I'm like, ooh, Lord, I look like, I look heavy. Just looking at myself, looking at the show, looking at back, I'm like, golly, I'm thick. I don't know if it's because my hair is pulled back. I don't know if it's the camera 10 pound. You know how they say once you're on camera, it makes you look thicker. I don't know, y'all. But I was like, oh, girl, my thought was like, you need to slim down. But I'm not. I'm going to do me. I'm just going to do me. What else, you guys? Yeah. Who said that? Bentley said, we are our worst critics. We are. But I know this has shifted me. And y'all, my first lady called me last night at 11:30. She called me last night at 11:30 because in prayer, there are certain hours of the day that you're supposed to pray certain things because God releases certain angels to come down and bless us at certain times. I don't know if y'all know that, but I don't want to get too religious on y'all. But so at 11:30 last night, she called me to make sure that I was praying, that I stopped whatever. I was at work, but she wanted to stop me from whatever that I was doing to remind me to take my time to start interceding for myself and for my family and for the things that I want to happen moving forward. So, I had to stop myself at work last night to make sure I got my prayer in over my family and my friends. Um, but anyway, I said all of that to say, um, this whole experience, have changed me. The way, I think how sometimes you can think something and you think you're the only one thinking it, and because you think that you're the only one thinking, you think that there's something wrong with you. But just being in that room and just hearing all the stories that you could relate to, that was like, gosh, I knew I wasn't by myself, but I didn't realize I wasn't by myself. Just like Julie had to realize, you are a mom, that may feel like you are overweight and that you may feel like you don't want to be in the picture. And you know how they were talking about, okay, from now on, y'all have to work. We have to work on being in the picture and all that stuff. What Busy was talking about. But it's like it's like grace. Grace is huge. Like giving yourself grace. That's big. And saying it is one thing, and doing it is something totally different. Something totally different. So I love that God released me of that, because I was even talking to my first lady, and I was like, I learned so much from this experience. But thank you, Delante. But God haven't spoke to me yet and told me what exactly, why he put me there. What was I supposed to take away? Because first of all, I learned so much. So I'm like, what is the profound thing that I was supposed to learn from this whole experience? What was the most profound thing, I was supposed to learn? And I was telling her I haven't heard it from him yet, because it's just so many things that woke me up. It was so many things that woke up in me from that experience. Just being mindful of what I say, mindful of how I say it, be intentional about, giving people the information that they need, information that they can use, that they can come back to, being resourceful, because it wasn't about being on TV. It was not about that. It was not about that. So we have to heed the voice of God, truly. Truly tell God that this journey I'm walking in life, if he ain't right, friend. Yeah, if God is not leading, I don't want it. And that's it. That was it. That was one of my prayers. I had said, Jessica, I had said, God, if it's not giving you the glory first, I don't want it. And I don't care how much, if it's not about you, and if it's not about your people, I don't care how big it is, take it from me. Because I don't want no parts of it. And I mean that. And I mean that. I don't want no parts of it. We in this community, we're all together. We're all here to support one another. So, I love the fact that respect came up. And, how Oprah says, we all have to be grown-ass women and grown-ass men. I love that. We have to respect each other's choices. We have to respect each other's medical records, and mind your own damn business. Like, mind your business. Like, if it's not hurting you and this person is all in well, just leave the people alone. Leave people alone and let them do what they want to do with their own temples. Billy says, you're already doing that for so many love. Maybe it was giving yourself grace in this journey. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, I feel I'm gonna hold on, put my glasses on so that I could bring some people up here. Hold on. Hold on, you guys. Andrew.
Hey, friend.
How are you?
I am doing well. How are you?
Please charge it to my head and not my heart. I tried calling y'all yesterday right before the show just to touch base to make sure everybody was in the best mindset, but I was only able to reach Delante. So
Well, it's all good. It's all good.
Hey,
I haven't had
babe.
a chance to call and touch base with y'all because I've been so busy. It's some other stuff going on, Kima, that I have to call and confide in you
Okay.
Yes.
later. Andrew, how are you?
Keisha, listen, I didn't know if I was on the screen or not. I said, I can't tell. I hope I'm not looking crazy. Jesus, just let me still look good. Okay.
You looked amazing. You looked amazing. I recognized you because I was looking at all of the pictures. I'm looking for my friends, and I was like,
I love it. I must have been on the side that they weren't focusing on because I looked at it again. I was like, where am I at? I must have been on the side that you couldn't see, that
Yeah,
you could only see if you were in the room.
Oprah was centered. You were to, if I'm facing Oprah, you were to the right in the
Uh
corner.
huh.
You were the very last, like the very last
Yep.
box.
That's what I figured. That's what I figured. I loved it. You looked
Mhm.
fantastic. As soon as I saw
Listen,
that suit, I said, there she go. There go Keisha right there. I think I texted Kima. I said, there she go. There she go. Sitting right behind the CEO of Weight Watchers. Excuse me. Talk about good seats, okay?
listen, and she is, y'all. She's so nice, y'all. She is so nice. She is so nice. I hope anybody that felt any have any ill will toward Weight Watchers. You cannot never put a time limit on when someone heals from their trauma, but I hope this was the shift for them.
Yeah.
I hope it was. I hope that they received her apology because that lady was shaking, y'all.
You could tell. Oh my God, you could tell.
Yeah. You can tell that she just was like mortified. And you know how they say people do things, you learn. We all learn from our mistakes. No one is free from making mistakes, and I'm not giving nobody no passes. I'm not, taking up for anybody, making no excuses for no one. I'm just talking about what God says. We I don't care what nobody do to us. We have to forgive, because when you don't forgive, those type of things take root. Like, you will grow a
Mm-hmm.
root in that, and that root will grow extensions that leads
Yeah.
to bigger things. And for we just have to forgive so it does not fester into something else. And I feel like that's what is happening. People are taking that, they have that root that they need to cut it. They have to cut it and release it so that they
Yeah.
can release themselves,
That
because you're
spirit
only
will hold
holding
on to
yourself
you. You
in
better be
bondage.
careful. That spirit will hold on to you and won't let you go.
Yeah. But anyway, I don't want to get too religious because I'm very in my spirit right now, because this whole situation has brought me there.
But excuse me, I'm gonna
So
say it if Keisha
You can
hasn't.
tell
Keisha
that
was on Oprah and the prices went up. So if you were trying to book Keisha, the price has went up. She was on the Oprah TV show. Okay, the price has went up.
Oh,
She will send you her rate sheet. I just had to get that out.
which will be updated tonight. It will be up. But Keisha, let me say this. I was driving, so I just got here. But
okay.
even what when I first turned it on and just looking at your face, I could just feel your energy. I can just feel like I'm sure you're exhausted.
I
But
am. I'm tired.
I can also feel the release as you were talking just about letting it go. I am so
Mm.
glad that you had an opportunity to see the side of her that we were having an opportunity to experience as they were,
Mm.
and then it's like, but then we came back to the community and got slammed. It was like,
Slammed.
what?
Hmm.
But it's almost like, and she's trying to apologize and change and do right for something that she wasn't even there
A
for.
part of, right.
So it's
Hmm.
kind of like us taking on the sins of our grandfather and father and trying to I'm sorry that he did. How we go? I can't carry it. I can do better for me and what we're doing now.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell the sincerity in that, and for somebody to, which is what I would like some to think about. Would you like me to hold you accountable for your father and your grandfather
Mm-hmm.
and some of the stuff that they did? I'm doing better or trying to change but you know. So I'm excited that you had an opportunity to feel that. I'm excited that you're saying that you're just going to let your body do what it do, because in essence, we really don't have a choice. Right here, it just wears us out when it won't do what we're trying to make it do.
Mm-hmm. And you know, another thing, Delante, you know, in saying that, you know, paying for the sins of our fathers, it's almost like, you know, in this community, you know, the people who are downright, they just do not like WW. You know, like I said, you cannot put a time limit on no one's trauma, and I never will do that. I will never do that. But at the same time, it is my moral responsibility and my spiritual responsibility to say, what would God do? You know, what would God say? What does God want best for you? You know, like, and I'm saying that to say, on this platform, I have seen people turn that trauma into hate. I've seen it. I watch people block people because they don't, you know, oh well, you like them, or you gonna speak up for them, or I'm gonna block you. Like, why? Well, you know what? I've not done anything to you, and my opinion is my opinion. But I've seen them make cliques, isolate people out, you know, and it's just foolish, you
It's
know, and
very much mean girl vibes.
it's
That's what it
mean
is.
girl vibes. I've seen it, you
Mm-hmm.
How
know,
has
because.
it done to you personally? I'm thinking, huh? Where did that come? It never happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So I don't even know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Way from a
That's where
cultural
I am.
standpoint, when somebody says you can't hold me accountable for what my grandfather and my great grandfather did. I wasn't there. I didn't do that to you. Oh, okay. Yeah, and I didn't do nothing to you. But here
Mm-hmm.
you're blocking me for somebody that I don't know. I didn't get it, and I didn't go real deep with it because I let people have their own whatever. And if seeing me do a video about WW makes you feel some kind of way, then block me by all means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because I don't want to cause you any trauma. Or if I find out you have a problem with it and I know I'm doing videos about it, then I'll block you. I mean, you know, it's okay. It's okay. It's
But
all
it goes back to the respect thing. You don't have to like what I'm doing. Just respect it. I don't have to like what you're doing, but I'm gonna respectfully move on, respectfully scroll on, respectfully, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna talk about you. I'm
the
not gonna dim
video
your
about
light.
you. Absolutely.
You
It was
know,
all
I'm not gonna
After
make
the
you feel
first
bad for
special,
how you feel, because that's how you feel.
yeah,
I don't have to like it, but it's like, if we would have respect for one another in this community, because we all are feeling the same thing. At the end of the day, we've all been judged, we've all been criticized, we've all been shamed. So
yeah.
it's like, when are we going to, like Katie said, come together and be the united voice before somebody take the voice and run with it for us? The division have to stop. It
yeah.
has to stop.
That's
You
so
know,
true. Because after the first special, it got really ugly and really dirty. Like, a lot of people were saying a lot of really nasty things with anybody associated with Weight Watchers.
Yes.
They just sold their soul, and I was like, whoa, whoa. You don't have to go that far. Like,
Mm-hmm.
why are we patronizing people for what they choose to do? If Weight Watchers is what you want to do, go do it, baby. That's fine. I'm not gonna not like you because you chose Weight Watchers. I'm not a Weight Watchers person, but like I said before, if Oprah called me and she want me up on there with the CEO of Weight Watchers, I'm gonna go.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Because you're not there for Weight Watchers.
Yes, that is correct.
That's the
That is
thing.
correct.
You're not there. You're not there for Weight Watchers. That because Weight Watchers was a collab that Oprah was doing, but you weren't. None of us was there for Weight
That
Watchers.
is correct. Yes.
Weight Watchers brought their people with them. They had their people with them, but so did other platforms. Katie, you know, Katie is a body positivity. You know, she's against diet culture, so for sure she ain't doing no Weight Watchers. So she wasn't there for Weight Watchers. She was there to have her voice heard and to be a part of the conversation.
Yes. That's it. That's
Right.
it.
And so it is. It's just about, you know, just having respect. Andrew and I spoke yesterday on the live, and we talked about how some have the audacity to say, well, I didn't know this, but someone told Andrew he wasn't obese enough. He didn't need that medication. He wasn't obese enough. One of the things that I had brought up was, who gets to decide if I want to lose 50 pounds, that I need to lose it this way? But if you need to lose 100, I need to do diet and exercise and blah, whatever. But if you need to lose 100, then it's okay for you. Well, really? Okay. Who gets to decide the line and why?
Right.
Who made you the judge?
Right.
So even in a community where we're all striving for the exact same thing, we find a way to make somebody else wrong, or subpar or whatever, instead of being respectful, which is exactly what you're saying, which is what we kind of talked about yesterday. I was just shocked. And then again, I'm not, because I'm not.
But see, I think we have to remember too, our light is naturally going to trigger trauma in somebody else. Whether we know it or not, we can just be sitting here walking down the street and somebody have a whole attitude just because we walked past them. That's just something that we can't control. We can't control that. People are naturally going to be mad. People are naturally going to be haters, whether you big or small. And we have to walk in our own light that God gave us and tell them to have a good day. That's all.
When all of the stuff originally started, when Weight Watchers came with the partners, I was afraid to share my positive experience because there were so many people going through trauma or discussing their traumas. And I didn't have a horrible time. I had the best time and best experience with Weight Watchers. That's probably the first time I actually lost some real weight.
So did my mom.
Yeah. I was like, well, maybe I shouldn't talk about it because it's going to upset somebody, And so I didn't.
So how did you feel about the show, Kima?
I was very emotional trying to keep it together. I took like 3 breaks off the camera because I was very overwhelmed. And to be honest, some of the people on the panel I knew about, but I didn't know their story. And I could really relate. I was not called like the cowboy, like the gentleman that spoke, but I actually had family members on my biological father's side that will call us names, like name us animals when we were kids, like 9 and 10 years old, because we were heavy kids. But so I understood where he was coming from. And it hurt more so because those are family members.
Family
So
members.
as a child, when my mother would say, "Oh, do you want to go down to your dad's side?" And I'm like, "No, that's okay. I'll stay over here." So I just stopped visiting until I was like 23 years old.
Kima, did you ever tell your mama?
No. The first time I shared that story was on the survey for Oprah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And here I am, 45.
More about that, Kima. That is like, yes. You should definitely talk more about that. Your positive experience with Weight Watchers. I'm going to hear it. You definitely should talk about that.
That would be a great YouTube video. Great.
I will do that.
A great YouTube video. Y'all, what about when the people be saying like, if you have big arms that you can cook really well? You know how they say that? I know for sure in the African American community, they say if you don't have big arms, I don't want you cooking for me, because the lady with the big arms, that's the one that cooked the best.
Do you know I had never heard that until on TikTok? Like since I've been on TikTok this last year, I had never heard that before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The lunch lady arms. That's what I used to hear.
Yes. I've been told that a few times. I mean, it is what it is, because I can't cook.
And you can.
Well, was the line? No, this lady. But right, you can't cook.
And I do have lunch lady arms, and I embrace them too. They mine. Hey.
Yeah.
And Delante, how did you feel going through the special? What was the most profound thing that you heard them say?
I can't even remember the thing that she said was on that wall that they took down.
She said, it's a choice. It's a choice.
Not a something, but something is a choice.
Yeah.
So what I thought was, first of all, naturally, I don't remember ever seeing that, but I don't know if that was at Weight Watchers headquarters. Was that supposed to be in every meeting room? I don't know, but I don't remember ever seeing that. And I know I started Weight Watchers in my early 20s. I ain't had no business being in there, so let's be clear about that. But yeah, so whatever that statement was, what was the statement that the psychologist asked Oprah about? I don't have my notes with me. I just got up to the but the psychologist asked Oprah. Andrew, we kind of hit on it yesterday. You know, the
The
other,
doctor.
yes.
I'm not sure what she asked her. I know one moment that stuck out for me with the doctor was when Oprah, she kind of made this sly comment where, yeah, the gym guys don't really experience obesity like women do. And the doctor corrected her. She said, "Hold on, Oprah." She said, "We can't negate a man's obesity concerns with a woman. There should be equal. It shouldn't be a divide." And I was so glad she said that to her because Oprah kind of sat up and then she was like, "You're right." She gave her that look like, "You're very much correct." So I was so glad that doctor had that moment because that's a common misconception where men don't deal with obesity issues. And me and Delonte talked about that pretty heavy yesterday. And then I did the video yesterday as well. But I definitely think that's a conversation we should start having for sure.
But she said something like, "Why did you settle?" Something, and then, "Why did you settle?"
Oh, that was the black lady. That was the black
Who
woman.
I'm talking about. She was like a psychiatrist or a psychologist, or maybe she wrote a book. I don't know. But yeah, but she asked her about settling. I think so many of us, do. But Keisha, in a lot of it, like the lady who doesn't take the pictures, me and Sammy were kind of discussing. I never not took the picture. If anything, I wasn't in the picture because I was taking the pictures of everybody else because everybody else wouldn't go get the camera and take the picture. You know what I'm saying? But
Come show them. My husband home, y'all.
hey,
Hey,
Mr. Nixon.
Mr. Wendell.
He walk in with his cigar, y'all. So that means it's about to go down.
It's
He
party
also do
time.
that.
Yes.
It's happening. But yeah, I thought again, listen at a lot of their stories, but just for me, it's listening at those and their mindsets and the things that they say to themselves and believe it.
Yeah.
It's just you can't win if you can't win with your own voice.
Yeah.
Even if somebody says something to you, you may or may not know what to do with that information, but you can still come home and say, "I ain't no, whatever the family said. I ain't no cow. I ain't got no lunch." You know what I'm saying? Play your own. But they don't. They kill themselves.
Because some people just not mentally strong enough to do it. That's a fact. That's a fact. You know how Oprah was saying how no matter how she felt about herself, if people view me like this, how can I feel this way if so many people are seeing me another way? It's hard. That I couldn't imagine. I couldn't imagine living my life like that.
Well, yeah,
You know what I'm
we're
saying?
on camera, and then all of, like she said, you can't even go to the grocery store, and every ad is something about you being this big on a. Yeah, I understand. Yeah. Yeah.
But again, that wasn't my experience. I've always been, you're so pretty for a dark girl. You're so pretty for the big girl. You know what I'm saying? Like that's been my story. Like why I can't just be pretty? Why I gotta be pretty for to be the dark girl or pretty to be the big girl? Why I can't just be pretty? That's because I never.
Where did we ever even start with that being a compliment in our own community? Who made that a compliment? Because I do remember hearing that a lot to my sister growing up. People would say that to her all the time. "You have a pretty face to be big. You have a pretty face to be dark." I mean, what is that to say? And then leaving me standing there light skinned with what I'm supposed to say, because now she done pinch me.
Yeah.
Like either one of us had a choice in the skin color that we came here with. We didn't do anything to get it. It's just, so to be punished for it is
But that's all from the diet culture. That's all from the advertisements that we see because a certain complexion of woman is supposed to look like this from a Slim Fast commercial. A certain complexion of woman is supposed to look like this from a Herbalife commercial or an Atkins commercial. That all goes to what they constantly show us. And then, of course, we're going to tear our own selves down. So that's where we get that from. That's exactly where we get that from.
I remember hearing people say that I dress nice to be a big girl and I have a pretty face for a big girl. Those are two things that I recall hearing. I mean, even after I graduated from college, and that was like really my heaviest at 330. You dress nice to be a big girl. Well, why do I lose style as I get bigger? How I don't lose style. My taste doesn't change. I just have to dress a bigger body. But that's what I would hear.
But I think that's also because you didn't let it go. Because I do feel like even with my friends or whatever, they will let it go, or you'll start wearing looser things or, larger things. You just have to, like Keisha said, you go buy the $30 outfit, but it costs me $100 because I have to have it altered and tucked and, add something to it to make it, to make it something.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But that's you and your own pride within yourself. I'm not wearing leggings and spandex with a big shirt. I'm not.
Mm-mm.
You know? It's
Right.
Brown was very expensive back then. You bought that and then you even tried to get that tucked.
You're right.
So, Tia says color is a thing in Mexican families too, like hers. I see. That's new to me. That's new to me. That's wild.
Yeah, I would have never thought that, Tia, for sure.
I did have a friend though from India who told me that. And then Oprah, as a matter of fact, did a special when she went to India years ago, and she went for like a couple weeks in a row, and that was a big deal, who you could marry. And then they were real big on class, like what class you're from.
Mm-hmm.
But even if you were from a greater class family, but you were dark and God forbid heavy, how they treat them. But I didn't realize that the colorism in that culture is as big as it is, but it's just about as bad as ours, for sure, if not worse, for sure.
Wow.
We talk about ours more, so I guess ours is discussed more. But I had no idea with that, and she was a pretty good friend of mine. Yeah.
Main King says colorism is almost everywhere.
Yeah. And I had no idea. She was really smart. She was she was going to school to finish up her doctorate. She was a doctor, but she was heavy and she was the darker to them.
Oh wow. Coco said even in the Korean culture. See, that's new to me. I thought just my culture did that.
I guess I have tunnel vision, outside of my own culture.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess until somebody exposes us, or we just know what we know
Mm-hmm.
and what we deal with.
So are y'all relieved with this show? Do y'all feel like y'all got, are you full from this show? Because I feel like we still need to keep talking. I feel like it was a start. It was a great start. Being open and honest, like Tracy said about calling a thing, like the stigma, like how there's a stigma on overweight people. Like we have to start calling a thing and recognizing exactly what it is instead of dancing around it.
I think it'll be good once I hear the point of view from different men, from different females. Get a family up there. What is the husband going through with his weight? What is the wife going through with his weight? What is the teenage son going through trying to join the football team with his weight?
Yes.
You know what I mean? I want to see that. I want to see a complete picture. I always see the same story where it was this woman that was this weight when she was in high school, and it's the same story because, of course, me and Delonte were talking about that again. It's good TV. I want to see a full spectrum. Show me a family that's dealing with weight loss from them dad, mom, the son. I want to see a full story. That's what I want to see.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they have to be willing, though, Andrew, to tell that story. I know you're saying guys
But that's what I'm saying. It's not, I don't think it's they're not willing. It's they haven't been invited. And I don't think we haven't seen where it's okay to have that conversation. One as a family or one as a husband that can't tell their wife that they're having weight loss concerns or their obesity or their sex drive is low. Like those are things that men deal with that a lot of women probably don't even know.
But what I'm
That's
saying is, if
huge.
he won't tell his wife, we think he gonna tell us on TV.
How you know? How you know he not
I
gonna do
don't
it?
know. That's what I asked you to start doing once a week, Andrew. We're gonna
Because
do it
remember, a lot of the thing is
live.
too, a lot of we're so the stereotype is a lot of women are used to seeing their men in a certain form. They hold them to a certain regard. He's the king, he's the head, he leads. You don't want to see him in a vulnerable state where he's not feeling
I
well.
love
You don't
that.
want to see that. You don't want to hear it. That's the
I
truth.
love that.
That's the truth. Of course, you're going to take care of your spouse. You're going to take care of your husband. You're going to do what you're supposed to do. But do you really want him to come to you and say, baby, I'm not feeling well. I just went to the doctor and they found X, Y, and Z? Do you really want to have that conversation? Because it gets real then.
Well, I'm gonna say this. We had that conversation a couple of weeks ago. I think Kima called and checked on me so much. So yeah, I'm fine. But we have a different relationship because we do try to leave it open, and this is not his problem. I just feel like if men have a, I think some men have a hard time being open
Oh, yeah.
in some vulnerable situations, and if they're not willing to have that conversation at home, then But maybe if they did come as a whole family, then it'll be a cohesive situation, and then it would be more open. But I would love to see that as well, because it is affecting us in so many ways versus would it being the person we work with, it just affects you all the way around, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's some great points. That's some great points, Andrew, because you're speaking facts on that, on the fact that men don't like to share. They only share with their healthcare providers, and
Yep.
it's a struggle. It's a struggle getting it out of them because a lot
Mhm.
of men do come to the hospital and they do be having issues that their wives have no idea about,
No clue.
Mm-hmm.
and they make us keep it secret.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
No
Like
clue.
it's certain men will say, when my wife is in the room, this is not to be discussed, you know. So
See?
that's fact.
Isn't that something?
Hmm.
That's
That's a
something.
I'll tell you this too, and it was that same weekend that we got the information on a Friday late, and the grandkids was over that Sunday, and Sam just kept, I don't know, he just kind of kept sitting off to the side, and he was quiet. I kept snapping pictures of him. I was sending it to Kima. I said, what are you over there thinking? That looked deep. So I kept kind of questioning him and asking him, and poking, because I'm watching you. Watch yourself. I'm in here. Where we at? What we doing? Let's get in here. Come on. you know but you're right, he did try to slide off because he doesn't want to worry me. Well, I'm worried, so come on.
Mm-hmm.
And then he didn't want me to get on the people, but I did. But they needed to be. So that was another thing too. So anyway, so you're right, Andrew. I'm not agreeing.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying though, how do we get them
How do
to?
we get them on, right?
Yeah.
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 And that and you're right as well, Delante, because like I have this conversation with my husband a lot of times. Whenever I'm about to go live, I'll say, do you want to come on and talk to the men? Men would love to hear from you because you are diabetic. Like, you're the perfect case study. You are diabetic. You did have this, high hemoglobin A1C, and you were on all of these meds, and now you're not. You're down. Your weight is down. You totally changed your eating habits. I was like, you have a great story. And my husband be like, they don't be having no men on there, but they do.
See? But I
They're
love that y'all are doing it together. You've made videos discussing it together. It's so good for people to see that, where it's like, okay, my wife's on the MJ, I can be on the MJ too. We can do this as a unit. I love that you guys do that together. Love that.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all, I get a lot of men that DM inquiring about it. They won't say it publicly, like how people share in the lives or share in the engagement under the videos, but they'll do it privately. It's just a man thing. I don't know, Andrew. Do you know why?
I think it's also image. I think it's pride. A lot of men don't want to be seen as vulnerable. Sometimes vulnerability and feelings can be seen as weakness. I think that's a lot of it. I took my spouse one time to the doctor's office. That was the first time I've ever done that. How many people can say you took your spouse with you to the doctor's office before it was too late? But I'm not talking about 6-7 months when the clock is ticking. I'm talking about every once or twice a month, baby. Let's go Let's go to this doctor's office and get this checkup and see what's going on. And I'm going to even take it a step further and say, parents, if you have kids that are of age, talk to them about your health.
Yes.
Talk to them about where you're at, because I didn't know mom's congestive heart failure was too bad until it was 6 months ahead of time. 6 months too late. So have that conversation with your children when they're of age. Hey, if anything happens, this is what we need to do. X, Y, and Z. Have that conversation so they know how to take care of you as well. We gotta start talking. We have to start talking.
That is so true. I'm my dad's oldest. There's just two of us, me and my sister. And my dad didn't start talking to me about his health issues until he went into the hospital. Like literally, the nurse was calling me from the ICU to say, "Hey, you're listed. You're the oldest child. Let me tell you what's going on with your dad." And I would have to leave Atlanta to drive back home to find out what was going on with him. Or, for example, he's had a family member, several, to pass from prostate cancer because of not going to the doctor ahead of time. So he will call me now to say, "Hey, this is what's going on," only because of what's happened in the family.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But my dad has everything under the sun: CHF, glaucoma, diabetes, cholesterol, cellulitis. You think of it, he has it. But I did not learn these things literally until he went into the ICU.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
And I am the oldest, you know? So if something happens to him, he's not married. It's on me.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask y'all this, and Andrew, I was going to ask you this, and Keem, you too. Do you think that they're not telling, like they think, I don't want to bother you?
I think it was for me was mom was superwoman to me. You know, you couldn't tell me mom couldn't do anything with her eyes closed, go to work, come home, do dinner, do X, Y, and Z. She was superwoman to me. I really truly believe she didn't want me to see her like that. Because when she was in the hospital, my godmom made me go. I wasn't gonna go because I didn't want to see her like that. But they was like, no, you have to go check on her, X, Y, and Z. So I think a lot of that was mom pride, where she didn't want her son to see her in a not 1000% type of moment. I think that's what that was.
So she didn't want you to see her like that, and you did not want to see her that way.
Yep.
Are you
Yep.
the only child?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just me.
Oh, so, okay.
Yeah. And I think for my dad, it was guilt because he was not there for me growing up. My mom and dad separated, divorced. I mean, I was young. You know, I was telling Delante when my stepdad came around, my sister and I were still bathing together in the bathtub. Like, he's been around a long time. So my dad was not there. So he's missed everything, every good thing, bad thing that I experienced in life. He was just non-existent. So I think for him, it's the guilt that kept him from telling me what was going on with him, thinking that I might not, you know, do right by him, which in all actuality, he's always going to be my dad. So I will always be there for him.
Yeah.
And do you think he knew that? And even if he knows that now, do you think that, what was I finna ask you? Do you think he knew that and that's why he didn't call, or is that his own pride saying, I don't want to bother nobody with this?
I think not, I don't want to bother anybody. I think because the first time my dad went to the ICU, my granddad, his dad was living. And my granddad, when he says something, that's what they're going to do. So I feel that my granddad said to my dad, "You need to call Kima. You need to have him call her." That's how I feel because they're going to always do what he said do, no matter what. So I think that's what made him call. And then, like I said, just that whole guilt, him thinking I wasn't there for her. She's probably not going to be there for me. But even when that occurred, I was so mature. I'm still going to be there. Dad, I know you wasn't there for me, but I'm coming. I stopped what I was doing immediately. I mean, he was not there, but I was coming. I am the oldest. He is my father. I am very prideful and carry that Brantley name because who he is. But even now, so we talk all the time now. So there are no secrets, you know, now. But we had to get to this point. Again, I'm 45. It took us a long time to get here.
Yeah.
So Andrew, what do you think that we can do as women to help encourage the men in our lives and in our families to share?
I would say just check in with them. Check in with them every once in a while. I know some people like to go to the gym with their spouses. That's amazing. Because sometimes a spouse will think, oh, you trying to lose weight. You trying to get skinny. Where you trying to go? What you trying to do? But it's different when you do it together. Baby, did you want to go to the gym with me today? Because this is what I want to do. Or did you want to work out with me? Or let's go for a walk. Something. It's a difference when you do it together. Because I think so many people take the weight loss journey and they think they're doing it by themselves, but you never know. Your partner may want to join you on the cooking or the exercise. So I think just give them that open space where it's like, hey, if you want to join me, let's do it together. You don't have to, but I still want you to know that you're included. This is a safe space for you to talk to me if you have any weight loss concerns, if you have any weight loss concerns about me, because I want you to know I'm on this journey and I'm doing this for my health, but it's still a us thing, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And do you think men even care enough about themselves? Like, do they, not that they even care, but do they take the time? Like, I know for me, I think about my health and my longevity and my quality of life and how I'm going to age, if I'm going to age well, and am I going to be able to play with my grandkids? Will I be able to take them to school? I envision myself in those situations. Do you think men do that?
I don't think they do. I don't think they do. I don't think they do. Now, if it's a single parent, that may be something different because they have to do everything pretty much on their own. But I think the family aspect, I don't think so at all. No. Because if you think about it, they have tunnel vision. They're like, I got to do this for the family. I got to do this. I got to do this. I always have to make sure I look like the leader. I always have to make sure I hold this esteem 24/7, 365 days a year. So when it comes down to time to go get that annual checkup to make sure everything's doing what it's supposed to do, how many wives have to remind their husbands to go do that? So I definitely feel like it should definitely be something where we check in with them. Do a spot check once a month. Hey, how you feeling? What's going on? Do you need anything from me? Do you need me to schedule appointments for you? Do you need me to go with you so you don't feel like you have to attack your health by yourself?
That's true.
And you know what, Andrew? I'm glad you said that, because I guess maybe that's why we are, because that's what I do. I'm out in them appointments. I'm making the appointments. I'm checking. I'm asking. I'm picking up the medicine. If your stomach, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's why I'm like, I don't know, but yeah, okay.
So Sam also says he thinks about it. DRCG says, I think my husband does. We talk about it all the time. He stays on top of his annual
That's
appointments.
good.
That's amazing.
I love that.
I know my husband does.
And being with the VA, honey, I'm gonna tell you, they be on you so much, you gonna make that appointment. They worry you to death. They worse than the TikTok shop people. Where that video in?
Maybe.
So yeah, they really do.
Thank you. Y'all, my husband bought me some moo-moos. Come show him. Look, he noticed what I like. Come show him. Can I show him?
I love it.
He came to the door showing me my little moo-moos, y'all. Okay.
That's
This
what
is what I
Grandpa
like. I
back
love
in
to
the
put
day.
stuff like this on, y'all. Sit on my
Listen,
patio,
comfort.
walk through my
Period.
garden. Y'all, it's not always bougie.
Comfort.
I love a good movie.
Comfort.
This is what I love, stuff like this. That's too cute.
But I'm so glad that special happened. I'm so glad this conversation happened, because now people are going to start, the wheels are going to start turning like, oh, you know
Yes.
what? I never thought about it like that. I never
Like
thought to ask
like
my
I
husband
said, this is going to get people to start thinking.
that. Yep, that's it, right? That's what you said. That's what you said. And that's what's happening. That
You know
is what's
something,
happening.
Keisha, you did say earlier, you said, do we think this is the beginning or we need more? We need more for sure. And I think even for those, if they would watch with an open mind to see, somebody else will say something. You won't even realize, wait a minute, I do that. Or I have said something like that before. It may or may not have been their intention. Keisha, you have a pretty face, and ooh, honey, cook something for me because your arm's big. But that is, that's hurtful.
Yeah. It
But they
is.
may have not even known that's not no compliment that your uncle
Right.
could have cooked me something to eat.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's that sort of thing that the conversations, if they keep happening, will help. Not those that's trying to heal from it. Maybe we could see some people that have gotten over it and why.
Mm-hmm.
Because what I loved, as I said, I was driving, but the piece where you just said, I ain't doing nothing else. I'm not catering my day to what it said this morning. Just let it do what it do. I got the tool that I need that's going to help me do what it,
Mm-hmm.
Delante, you and I were talking earlier in the week, and I can't remember exactly what you said, but it was a different, and going in a different direction in regards to Weight Watchers and how it affected people. I cannot remember exactly what you said, and I'm really upset about it because it will tap into a different, to different people about their experience with Weight Watchers and not having the bad experiences. I can't remember exactly what you said. Now I'm mad about it.
I can't
But
before I be saying something, anything.
oh my goodness! And because I missed the live yesterday, you might have talked about it there, and I just missed it.
I tell you what I did appreciate in the live yesterday. Annie came in the live and they asked her, she couldn't come on because she was at work. And they asked her if she had watched the special and did she feel, any kind of, different, because she had an extremely strong opinion in reference to the trauma that Weight Watchers had. I don't know if she was a child or an adult. I can't remember. And she said that it did have an effect on her and it did help her change what she thought or, whatever. And so for me, if one person can just get a portion of a new view, even if it just relieves the every time you see the symbol, you don't have palpitations. That's a win.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You don't have to come over to the other side, but just stop letting it say hurt you or whatever that is that you feel by seeing the name or hearing the name. And I can't remember exactly. Andrew, do you remember you were in? I don't know what she said, but it was good. It was relief.
Well, I forgot what she said exactly too. Yeah.
Right. But it did help. It was relief. And I'm happy for that for her.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want nobody having that kind of control over you.
But then you know what they talked about that yesterday too. It's like, what did you miss out on waiting for that apology from Weight Watchers? You're sitting. What did you miss out on because you were waiting for an apology from the CEO of $1 billion company?
Mm-hmm.
Did you put your life on pause waiting for that apology?
And you know what? You know how Katie said she didn't even realize she needed it
Yeah.
until, you know,
So did she
until
put the
she
weight on that
almost said
apology more than she thought she did? I think
it.
she put that weight on there. She
Mm-hmm.
gave that apology power over her.
I
That's
was
what
about
we
to
have
say
to stop doing.
because in life we gonna go through some things where we never gonna receive an apology. So you just gonna have to take it for what it is and move on.
Yes.
Because there's gonna be some things in life you're never gonna receive an apology for. Like that's something that they need to like go talk to somebody about, because I don't even think it has nothing to do with Weight Watchers. I think it has more to do with their mental
Yes.
capacity and what's going on with their mental state. It can't be Weight Watchers. They need to talk to somebody about some underlying issues that they have been dealing with, because it ain't just Weight Watchers. I don't believe, but
Mm-hmm.
that's my own personal opinion. It's deeper than that. It has some deeply rooted things that need to be talked about,
Mm-hmm.
and Weight Watchers just happen to contribute to it. But it's
Mm-hmm.
some underlying issues that they need to talk about. But
Yeah, my husband agrees with you. So, my husband agrees with you, Shani. He thinks that it's a deeper issue, and that Weight Watchers was contributing to it.
it was a
Um,
contributing factor. It had to be, because
so
before Weight Watchers, what was the problem?
yeah.
Right. And if somebody took you and paid for you to go to Weight Watchers at 8 and 10, something else to me happened
What's
before.
wrong with them?
And then for you to still hold that at 40 and 50. And this is some of the same people that have that problem. You're on here showing your weight and weighing and doing your food for the day in here with this billion people in here.
Mm-hmm.
But you are so torn up about the 30 people that was in that room.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
Make
kind of
it make
crazy.
sense.
That's crazy. I never
That's
even thought about
crazy.
it like
That's
that because it's the
yeah.
same
That's
Yeah.
exact thing. That's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
Makes
that's
sense.
That was
that's
said.
really
Million people. And
Yeah,
those
that was
people
said as well.
here saying things to them under their food for the day mean
Mm-hmm.
things. Now, nobody in that room, that thing could have been on that wall that said it's your choice. But, honey, them things people saying in them comments about what you eat for the day, that's why you like that. I mean, it's awful. It
Mm-hmm.
really is mean stuff. You keep posting it. You give
right.
us your weight every week. You get up there. On here,
Mm-hmm.
I just
I
thought
just
that don't
I
match.
just think people have to find somebody to blame. Like I think it's more of I gotta blame somebody. I don't want to blame myself because I don't want to take any self accountability. So I gotta blame somebody. I feel better blaming somebody else.
Mm-hmm.
I get more attention blaming somebody else. That's kind of like what it looks like to me because if you take accountability on the fact that you gave a person or a thing that much leverage over your life, it makes you
That
seem
much
weak.
power.
Yeah, it makes you seem like a weak individual. Not
Mm-hmm.
necessarily saying that you're weak, but it's a persona that people try to keep up. Like I gotta find somebody else at fault instead of myself, and a lot
And
of
my
people do
thing,
that.
exactly, Sean. And my thing now, because I haven't been on no social site to see anybody's response to it. But now what? Now what? Now what is it gonna be? Because she has come on, she has publicly made the apology. That lady was very sincere with that apology, and she's apologizing, like you said, Delante, for the forefathers. And she wasn't even involved in that, but taking ownership of it. She owned it. She said they were a part of it. They fed into it. She also said they marketed it. She admitted to all of that. And now they're apologizing and they're atoning by providing services with medical professionals. Now what? Now what is people gonna be saying? That's what I want to know. So the
You know what the
apology is
interesting part is? Now the responsibility is back on them. You can't
right.
blame Weight Watchers anymore.
That's right.
Now the responsibility is back on them to do their part. Either join Weight Watchers, do what you need to do. Either don't join Weight Watchers and do what you need to do. But now it's up to you. Let's see who you really gonna blame now when it comes down to when you look in the mirror and say, you know what, I actually have to do my part now.
Self
Mm.
accountability. That's
Yep.
when the accountability comes into play. You
Mm-hmm.
got to
Yep.
be able to check your own self and be like, okay, I'm not doing what I need to do, so I'm not getting the results that I need to get. And that's what it is. That's what weight loss is. If you don't put in the work, you're not gonna see no results.
Period.
And it's nobody else's fault.
It's nobody's fault.
There's nobody's fault. Like that is your fault. We all know that it's different things that we have to do on this journey to get to where we need to be at. And if we don't do those certain things, we're not gonna get there.
Period.
That's
And
just what it is.
also piggybacking off of that, Shawnee, is like, okay, so now after all these conversations that we have had, there's some facts. There's some facts. We know that obesity is a disease. That's a fact. We know that there is treatments out there that people can be on. That's a fact. So now the conversation needs to be, to me, how are we gonna get everybody on what they need, what they feel is best for them,
Mhm.
when it comes to, the medications, the like Seema said, the nutritional literacy, like the literature that people need, just having community, how do we move forward with having the resources available for people to be the best versions of what they feel like they are for themselves. that
But
that's
Keisha, it's been available though. That's been available for the people. It's just that people wasn't like grasping it. Like
Mhm.
since I started in 2022 in October, it's been so much information. It's been so much given to them. It's been step by step. They have literally got the handbook during the GLP-1s of what they need to do or how they need to go about doing it.
Mhm.
It's the fact that they're not using the information that they have. They have the resources. You know what I'm saying? It's just that people are not using it, and then they wonder why things are not going the way that they need it to go. If you don't use the information, That's nobody else's fault.
Yeah. And I think you have to figure out what you need to make your journey work how you want it to. Like for me, I'm blessed enough to have a home gym in this house. My gym's upstairs and my treadmill's downstairs. Everybody doesn't have that. But I built that over the years because I said I need the gym in my house so I see it every single solitary day and I don't have an excuse not to use it. I can see my treadmill from my dining room table. I step out my kitchen, turn to the left, I can see my treadmill, but that's how I hold myself accountable. So I ask you guys, what do you need to make your journey be successful? Do you need a workout calendar? Do you need an accountability group? Do you need a Discord group? What do you need? And have that conversation with your doctors and your providers. Hey, this is what I need. This is how I'm feeling on this medication. This dose may not be for me. We have got to start talking more and have an open and honest conversation about what we need and doing them. Do you need to go to the grocery store every week? Do you need salads every week? Figure out what you need to make you successful and don't worry about what nobody else feel about it.
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
Tia said that she didn't allow Weight Watchers to victimize her. She walked away. And one of the things that I kept thinking as I was getting, the boulders thrown was, if somebody treated me that bad, or if I felt a particular way going somewhere, not as a child because your parent is taking you, but as an adult, because some of these people went as adults, why would you keep going back?
Right.
Why would you pay and go back? And so I think that's great that she mentioned that, because that was one of the things I kept saying, at the end of the year last year was, why did you keep going back? If somebody made me feel bad, I wouldn't go back.
Because
Right.
it's a
That's
safe
what I'm
space and they
saying.
can
Like,
hide in
that's
a group of people.
crazy.
That's why.
That's crazy. That's what I'm saying too. If you know that this is gonna cause you mental anguish or cause you to be
Yeah.
depressed or cause you all of this, why would you just be like, okay, I'm gonna go to Weight Watchers today, knowing good and well that this is something that caused me the pain that I've already had. That's just like keep scratching the open wound. Just keep scratching it, keep scratching it, keep
Yeah.
scratching it. But you want it to heal. That doesn't make sense.
Honey,
Mm-hmm.
I ain't paying nobody to beat me up. I am not.
Okay.
That's basically what they do. You know what I mean? And then they want to get on here and be like, "Oh, cry about it." You did this to yourself. Now, when you were younger, you had no choice because that's your
No.
parents. You had to do what your parents told you to do. But as you gotten older, I'm pretty sure you learned that if you touch a hot oil on the stove, it's gonna burn you. So why would you keep doing it?
Mm-hmm. And when I used to be a real big, I used to read a lot, like it was crazy. My kids would get so mad. We would go to the mall, and I would spend the whole time in Barnes and Nobles. And there's a whole section. So we didn't have to go to a particular community to be held accountable. And God forbid, when Facebook came out, what, so many years ago, there was every kind of weight loss group you could find in there. So we did have other areas that we could go to. They weren't like the end all be all if you needed the help and the support. So I don't know. I just think that we see how big the problem is because we're still here talking about it all these years later. I'm gonna tell you something else, Keisha, that you asked me what was a good point. I really like the way they walked through the weight in 1960 and then what was happening in 1960. I really like the way they walked us through that. That was big for me because you need to realize
To show the timeline of diet culture, like it has really has always been around.
it really has.
And do y'all even remember Twiggy? Because I do. I do.
I didn't remember Twiggy, but my mom, my sister, we never. I remember my grandmother always being on some sort of something, not a big deal made for the rest of us, and she was so small all the time, anyhow. But my mom and my sister, that was never a conversation at our house. Who introduced me, which I went through this, going through the Oprah's questionnaire. Who
I don't
introduced
remember
me
that.
to weight loss was my friend in high school. So we were not big, and she was so about it. And so there we are on some hot dog cabbage diet that her mama was on. I don't know.
Oh God.
That's when I learned about diet culture and all that. I didn't know that from home. I had no idea. But honey, I got it and I took it. I embraced it and was trying to lose weight ever since.
And I know y'all remember all those Oprah specials with Dr. Oz, where Dr. Oz brought the green coffee bean
Yeah.
extract and they were showing a new product every week. She had Dr. Oz on there maybe once a week talking about weight loss.
because that's such an issue for her, and it always has been.
But I think back then with Oprah, I think people put so much weight on her shoulders where she felt like she needed to carry all of that. Think about when she showed all those magazine covers on the second special.
Oh
Like
my
what?
gosh.
They want her.
Right?
I think now she's at a place where it's like, listen, I will give you the resources, I will give you the tools, but I can't make you lose the weight. I can't do it.
Right. Right.
That's the truth.
Yeah, because she couldn't make herself lose it, and just all the stuff that people put on her, the cortisol that she was excreting daily
My God.
from
My
that
God.
pressure, honey, she couldn't lose it if she wanted to.
Mm-hmm. Crazy.
I love that you said that one time, Delante, where when she finally said that she was taking the shot, and you said, "Now you know Oprah's taking the shot. Now what? What
Heck
difference
yeah,
does
when
it
she made
make
that
that
video.
you know that Oprah's taking the shot?"
Baby, that
And I
video
was
was
like, "Period,
hilarious.
That video is supposed to go viral. Like,
She
period."
said, "Your man gonna come home. You're gonna have money in your bank account."
It
yeah,
was so
that
true.
was supposed to go
People
viral
were
for
all
real.
up in arms. People were having a fit.
They
Why
was
do
mad
you
at Delonte
care?
about that video.
Baby, and
Oh yeah.
Shannon, let me tell you how crazy I am. Do you know I didn't know until way later how many people had blocked me after that video? I had no idea. First of all,
It
I
was
thought the
funny
video
to me
was
because that
hilarious.
was crazy. Like, y'all really sat there and waited for one person to tell you that they was taking the shot. We knew. I mean, it don't take a rocket scientist. You know she ain't had surgery, so you knew she had to be on something. Like,
Yeah.
that's just, you got to
And
But
we
understand
know what
people.
it
again,
looked like
but
because all of
again,
us were on it.
needing someone to blame, Shani, like you said.
Yeah, they're rich people problems. Like, they
Yeah.
got access to stuff that we don't have access to. Like, come on. Like, you had to know. Like, from Oprah when I was a little girl, when she was heavy, heavy, heavy all down, you had to know that she ain't had no plastic surgery. She didn't have
Mhm.
no, nothing major like that. So you knew she had to be on something. Like,
Mhm.
that's just, but the fact that y'all had to hear it come out of her mouth for y'all is just, y'all needed that validation is crazy to me.
But they needed that validation to do what? And I don't
To
know if
do
y'all
what?
remember this,
Yeah.
but it was like a few weeks up until she said it at the whatever. And I mean, we had people on this app crying.
Mhm.
Just tell us. I
Oh,
don't
they were having a fit on this app. Do you hear me?
understand that. I
Having
don't get
a
why.
fit. Even after this special, we heard the same people that still got a problem with Weight Watchers making the
Oh
same
my
video.
goodness.
Ugh. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Come, really? You
Yeah.
still upset?
Yeah.
Three specials later, you still mad?
Yeah.
I don't understand that.
Yeah.
And then you come on here and make a video so you can spread that to other people. I don't think we forget about the power of our platform. You come on here and you spread that hate to other people. Why don't you just sit in your own misery by yourself?
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's just it. They're banking on the power of that platform to spread that
Mhm.
hate and that
Yep.
awful energy.
Yep.
Because what
That's
else
it.
do they have? You know? But I'm grateful I don't get to see it. And you're right, Shannon. That's so funny. I had no idea everybody was mad at me after that video. Honey, I thought that video was so funny. I loved making it. I couldn't wait to get here to make the
They was
video.
big, they was big mad
Because
at you
I
about
was
that
Oh
video.
yeah,
passionate.
they was hot. They was
They
Yes,
was
hot
I
hot.
had no
big mad.
idea. And then
I
they
was
were
so
mad because I
tickled.
used the Manjaro pen. I had no idea. Honey, I just thought it was perfect. But because what did it change? Now we know, now what? And we all own it anyway, so what difference does it make?
Yeah.
And
But
we
then
don't
it's
have
like
to
we
depend
forget
on we
Oprah be doing them hikes and stuff.
Yes,
Oprah
that's her
moves her
thing.
body. Oprah ain't
That's
sitting
her
around.
thing. She loved to hike. Mm-hmm.
but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is they're some of the same people on here. We don't want nobody to know. They don't want nobody to know they own it. They get mad if somebody asks them about it. Well, why she got to make a public statement? And everybody keep putting on Ozempic. I just don't believe she is. Why would she?
I don't think she I don't think she on. I thought she was gonna tell us, but she didn't. But she is on her medicine.
You know she is. And
Somebody said you should have asked Oprah what was her press day. What was her shot day?
so we could all switch it.
That was funny.
That's true though. But Shannon, that's funny you said that. Yeah, I had no idea. But it's okay. And I meant what I said. Because it didn't make a difference. We knew that she took it. Now what? Nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. It didn't help us at all.
Right.
Now they gonna sit and now they gonna be mad because I didn't get the same results that Oprah got because she taking the shot now. Why didn't I get the same? Why don't I look like Oprah did on the color purple red carpet? Why ain't I as small as Oprah by now? You know that's what they gonna say now.
Well, she got chefs and she got people who can walk for her because she got money. And so now that's why she doing better than us, is because she got money.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. They gonna say all of that, honey.
You remember the one lady that was in the live? I will never forget it. I can't remember her name, but she said she was upset because Eli Lilly said that it would give her certain results and she would lose a certain amount of weight and a certain percentage of her weight. And she said it wasn't happening.
I
She
know
was mad.
exactly who you talking about.
I remember that. I never
Mhm.
forgot that because I was,
Then what
and I think
now?
I said it on there too. I said, honey, you gotta move. You gotta move your body. You're not. You have to do something. I said,
Yeah.
this isn't a take the prick and you think you just gonna be 20 pounds lighter tomorrow. It don't work like that.
Right.
I don't
Right.
remember whose live it was, who was hosting, but I know I was there. I know Andrew was there, but that was a big deal, and she was serious. I mean, she got in the box. She was very adamant about why she feels like the medication doesn't work. It's a lie. Like, because she did not lose 4 pounds a week every week like the medication said. I mean, she was serious.
Mhm.
I cannot think of her name either, but I know
See,
exactly
in a
who you're
way,
talking
I
about.
just caught a glimpse of my face. So I looked up and your face looking the same way. Like, what the? What?
Yeah, she was mad. She was mad. I think I jumped on the box suit and I was like, wait, what? No.
It just baffles me how people only hear what they want to hear.
Yeah.
It's like they want, like, I can tell you something and it can be facts, but you're only going to take what you want to receive from it. Like, say for instance, like how we're saying this lady wanted, Eli Lilly said, okay, you're going to have this side effect and you're going to lose this amount of weight over time or whatever. And they are so specific. Some people will hold you word for word, but don't want to do the work that it takes on your part to
Right.
make it happen. And then they don't want to receive, because I say this in every single one of my lives. It's like people keep talking about GLP-1 medicines, like GLP-1 medications are weight loss medicines. They are not. They are endocrine medications that are there to help with homeostasis of other things, and the result is, the side effect is weight loss. So people, they want to jump to the weight loss part. Never mind you have diabetes. Never mind you have high cholesterol. Never mind you have sleep apnea. Never mind you have fatty liver disease. Never mind you have all of these high glycerols and all this fatty acids flowing through your body and all this fluid retention. Never mind that. Yeah, it's like that be my main focus when I'm on live, is to get people concentrated on that.
Mm-hmm.
And when that stabilizes, your result is going to be weight loss. Some of us, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, that is a side effect. Stop coming over here on this side of medicine thinking that you're going to take this miracle medication that's going to help you lose weight, especially if you have all of these other comorbidities. The priority needs to be your health. Like they said, this is a health thing. Everybody want to make it a weight thing. It's not about weight. It's about your health. The side effect of it may be weight loss for some of us, but at the end of the day, the priority needs to be a better quality of life and and for us to be more healthy overall, your heart, your veins, your liver, your kidneys. But it's like people, they don't want to, I don't know why some people just don't want to receive that. They just want to get straight to the weight loss.
Of course.
That's why I tell people, get your gut health checked and look on Netflix. It's a really good documentary about gut health. It's really, really good. I would definitely check it out. But get your gut health checked. You may be trying to eat salads and you don't digest salads well.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy those tests off of Amazon. Get your gut health checked so you're not sitting here just chasing your tail trying to figure out how your body works. The black woman in this documentary, she was like, I didn't even realize that I couldn't process these types of food like a normal person. It's really good. It's really good. You gotta
The
watch it.
one that had the twin, like they had the siblings.
Yes, I think she had like 3 kids or boys, and I think they have some special needs, something like that. Did you see that? That documentary was good.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed that one.
I love stuff like that. Mhm.
Having the good bacteria in your stomach and the bad bacteria, it was really good.
Andrew, you see Balance Life 21. She's saying, what is the name of that test?
It's a microbiome test. Microbiome test. They'll test your poop basically to see how you digest food.
Mel, Andrew, Mel is saying, what's the name of the documentary?
Oh, it's called
No, I don't
something.
remember.
Oh, I think it's called gut health. Matter of fact, if I close this, I don't want it to cut
That's what I started looking around like, where's my other phone?
off. Let me see if I can find it. It was really good. And they were talking about doing like transfusions and giving you somebody's bacteria and seeing how your body responds to it. It was I didn't even know you could do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, you can.
Didn't even know you could do that. I mean, it's nasty when you see it. You're gonna be like, ugh. But it's
Because it's called fecal transfers. We do that.
yes. Yes. I was looking at it and I was like, what's going on? What's happening? Yeah.
Yeah. It's some people who have irritable bowel syndrome. And like you said, they don't have any good bacteria to fight that bad bacteria. For some reason, it just don't grow. It doesn't grow. So they will implant other people's fecal into that
Yeah.
patient so that they can start to build good the good probiotics.
Yeah, that's what she did. It's called Hack Your Health: The Secrets of Your Gut. Yes. Yep, that was it. Yeah, that's what the girl did. She was trying her boyfriends first. But she said, which was interesting was, no, she was trying her brother. And she realized that her brother had certain mental health concerns. And she realized that she started to feel some type of way. So when she stopped her brother and went to her boyfriends, complete 180. Such an interesting show.
What's that on, Andrew?
It's on Netflix.
Netflix.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. Yeah, overall health is so important. The look is gonna be great, but if your inside is jacked up, you just chasing your tail, friends. You are chasing your tail. I'm telling you. How do you think your skin looks how it looks because of what you putting inside your body? Because it's gonna come out of you one way or the other. It's either gonna be a number two or it's gonna come out in your pores.
That's right.
That's it.
The body will purge itself at some point, some kind of way.
That's it. I'm telling you. That's why I tell y'all all the time, drink that water, get it out you. You better get it out you one way or the other. Get it out. Get it out. Especially on this medication with us, you better get it out you. Because if it's sitting there, it's just going to be problems. It's just going to be problems.
Oh, who said that? Bentley says, thank you. I'm going to go watch it. I'm a 14-year colon cancer survivor diagnosed at 48. Oh, wow, Bentley. Well, congratulations. It's been 14 years you've been in remission, right, friend? I love that for you. I love that for you. That is so good.
Keisha, this is so good, and I'm so glad you're doing this. And I'm so glad to see that what you took away from it wasn't nothing but no, kind of like no weight loss. You know what I'm saying? The movement just be something else.
And it wasn't, oh my God, I just saw Oprah. Oh my God, I just saw Oprah. Like she had her moment, but she still realized, like she said, what God sent me there to do was.
Right.
And I wanted to be clear on what God sent me there to do.
Yes. Trust.
Love
Trust.
that. Yeah. Love that.
Hey, but you know what, Keisha? You told me that you were in Mary Kay too. And I don't know if you remember, like in Mary Kay, one of the things they would say all the time, they'll see the glitz and the glam. They'll see the diamonds and the Cadillacs, but I'm here to tell you about something else.
Right.
Yeah,
exactly.
You think this is about the TV and I'm finna show you, but I got something else I'm finna tell you
Right.
about.
Right.
2 years, and this is how I get here. This ain't about, this is just kind of like what you just said about them. This just happens because of that. But it's this walk that get me here. And that's where the people miss me at.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can work out there if you want to. You won't have this kind of stuff I got because he done took care of mine. I went on home and went to sleep.
Right.
Oh, I love that for you.
Yeah. But I know one thing I want to go back because like I said, y'all, it just was so much stuff happening. I want to go back and study that whole program and really hear,
Mhm.
you know, all the great points that everyone made, especially Tressie, because that, let me tell you something, that girl is brilliant. That girl is freaking brilliant. Tressie, she's brilliant. I want to go back and listen to what she was saying about stigma, because I want to teach myself what not to do, and I want to train myself in how to carry myself so that I'm a reflection of what I teach. You know, I'm a reflection of what I preach, and that people are comfortable with mirroring that. You know what I mean? Like when it comes to, because I think Katie is the one that said, like, we've been so beat up by this situation. Hey, sister, we've been so beat up by this situation that we don't know how to talk to one another no more. We don't know what words to say. We don't know what offends this person, or if it's gonna offend you, you know, and it's like you just don't know how to talk. We don't know how to talk. We don't know what to say. Like somebody has said, I think I think Tressie had said it actually. She was like, I don't wanna offend fat people. I don't want a fat to be offensive. Like she was like, because I love, oh, she said, I love fat people. I love my fat self. And I was like, I'm so glad she said that, because somebody is gonna be triggered by the fact that she said I love fat people. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh God.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't even use the word fat no more. It's like, what do you say? Obese people get up. They get offended when you say obese. They get offended when you say plus size. I remember I had said that somewhere. I had said that, and somebody said, I'm not plus size." I can't remember where I was at, and I was like, "Okay, well, what are you?"
Yeah, I don't know what you want me to say. You know what I'm saying? So that's where you have to go with intention.
Because I'm still plus. I'm still plus size. I still wear it depends on what I put on. I can wear between an 8 and a 10, 12. It just depends. So I mean, I don't know. I don't know. It's like you don't know what to say because you don't know what nobody gonna get offended by these days.
Right. And if they're looking to be offended,
Leash says, like the one lady, she was willing to recognize obesity is a disease and that doctor tiptoed around it.
Ooh, Delante, see, that's something, because looking to be offended, think about that. Some people just want to sit in a misery. I'll sit in my misery before I go work out, before I go cook a meal or something, before I go do what I have to do. I'll sit here and sit in my trauma, and that's my safe space. Why not?
and roll my eyes at you every time you make a post about drinking water and working out.
But
That's what I
everybody's miserable. Let them tell it. Everybody offended by something,
Yep.
and that's part of the reason. I kid you not that I have not became on TikTok or did anything, because I'm gonna give it to you straight, like straight with no chaser, and not to be mean, not to be ugly, but it's like I don't want to sugarcoat, read between the lines or anything like that. And I think everybody's offended by something. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
It they're offended by something, from a crayon. It's not a crayon. It's a Crayola. Something, tomato. So it's like it's a lot.
Like Miss Elizabeth said, can we talk about the fact that you think that 10 to 12 is plus size? What is plus size? What is considered plus size? Is there a number?
Let's Google it.
Yeah.
They need to update that chart. I
I
think that
feel
chart
like,
needs to
to
be
me, for
discontinued.
me, it's plus size because I still have adipose tissue on my body that I want to get rid of. You know, so to me, that's on the bigger spectrum for myself. I don't know, girl.
But it's
According
headed
to
in
Plus
toward.
Model Magazine, in the fashion industry, plus size is identified as sizes 18 and over, or sizes
Yeah.
1X to 6X, and extended sizes of 7X. The article continues to say, blah, blah, blah. That plus sizes can be a 14W to a 24W. So you're not plus size according to the industry.
But you can see that when you go in the store. Look at the store. Like, let me just use Walmart. The moment you go into what, Mrs., not Mrs., where you go into young ladies or whatever they call them, it's 0, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 16. and then it stopped. And then when you go to the plus size or to the wider side, then they go to 16, 18 and up. So if you look at it by store, but I never understood by juniors. That's what I want to say. I never understood the difference between juniors and misses, because those are the same size if you look at it for its fashion industry. So
Well,
then when
I
you,
did go shopping yesterday and then again this morning.
I don't shop. I don't like when I told you empty your closet and send your closet to me and you said that I'm smaller than you. I don't shop because even that I done lost the weight, I still get like frustrated with trying on clothes and stuff because they don't have, I need those in between sizes.
What size are
I'm
you?
not, I don't know,
Well, somebody
because
come to and find out.
a six might be too tight and an eight might be too big. So what I'm gonna do?
Buy the 6. Buy the 6. No, buy the 8. I mean, I don't know. But I went
They don't
shopping.
make the in between sizes anymore, like the 6 7s, the 7 8s, the 9 10s. The 11 12. They don't make those in between sizes, and I need those because I don't have a waist at all.
Miss Diane says juniors is odd sizes 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and women's is even sizes 2, 4. Okay, got you, baby. 8, 10.
So
But we're not trying to wear juniors. Are we? Can you wear juniors?
Yeah.
And Maiden for me says the sizes aren't standard across brands, and it's not. It's not. It just depends on who you're wearing.
Right. And what store you're in. You know.
I don't shop. I just wear t-shirts. I wear t-shirts and tights and a jean jacket and dress it up all cute. If I'm not going nowhere, I don't buy no clothes.
It's Andrea Wells says yes you can. You can wear juniors. You can wear whatever makes you happy.
That's true.
So, yeah.
But I think I have a situation because I did go shopping yesterday. I went back this morning and I was at Target and everything that I picked up was the 2. Everything that fit, let me say that. I took 2, 4, 6 in there. And everything that fit was a 2. But even not looking, if it was a 4, it just was big. Well, I could tell that was kind of bothering me last night when I got home. So I'll go back this morning because one of the Targets didn't have I need to go to the other one. So I went back. Well, my daughter went with me yesterday, but this morning she couldn't. So she called me. So she said, Mama, I don't know why you keep trying to buy that other size. That's not your size anymore. And I said, but Sammy, just be honest. When you look at me, don't I look like a 6? She said, no. So I come home and I'm really I feel some kind of way about that number. Which it's come to me I don't think I want that number. I don't know why I don't want it. You know what I'm saying? Because I kept wanting the 6. I guess in my mind I feel like the 6 is grown. I don't know.
That is my number, sis. Take your number. I'm gonna take my number. That 6 belongs to me.
And see,
I
Devon,
felt that because I
glad
feel
you
size
saying.
6 too, and I don't like it.
I'm glad you're saying that because that's one of the things I said that I was gonna change about myself. You know, when I left, the show was about those. That's a great example because when me and Nikita had went to go do my content for the Target thing, we were pulling different sizes and it's like in my mind I'm like, okay, I'm gonna pull a 8, I'm gonna pull a 10, I'm gonna pull a 12. I want to be in this 8. I want to be in this 8. Or like for the Levi's, we pulled 29s, 30s, 31, 32s. But I want to be in the 28. And I found myself being disappointed when I wasn't. So it's like, I mean, you know, it's almost like a mental thing. Like we do a lot of this stuff we do to ourselves. Like if you're not in a 28, so you in the 30s.
That is why what you said today with me driving hit me so hard. I just did this yesterday and this morning. I was on the phone with Dave when I first got there. I didn't want it. I was going to go to the other Target like it was going to change. It didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't. So when Sammy
Yeah.
called, because this one jumpsuit was so cute, I saw that little, I love rumpers. I saw that rumper you had on too, but they didn't have no two, so I couldn't get it. But, but I kept wanting to, I don't know. Like I had to get in the car and have a conversation with myself. Like, why are you trying to make that happen?
Yeah.
I don't
Because
know. I
because
don't
at the end of the day, it didn't matter which size I put on. I looked good in it. So why does it matter? And I felt good in it. So why does it matter if it was a 28 or a 30? Get the 30, girl, and get on up out of here. It's like that's one of the realizations that came to me at the show. Not just that specifically, but I'm just saying about how hard we still are on ourselves. It's up here. Like Shani said, it's a mental thing. It's something deeper going on with me, with you. It's not about the size of that outfit. It's not about that. It's something else that's going on. So
Which is why even when you said it and I had got to the light, and I said it's the mindset. Because this has been the self-talk all day while I sat through the Planet of the Apes. Somebody could have just hit me in the back of the head instead. But my husband insisted, and so did the baby, so we watched it. And so and then we wanted pizza. I just keep trying to figure out, why do I feel so bad about the two? I feel like it looks just fine. Why do I want that 6 so bad? What does that 6 mean to me? That's kind of what I was asking myself. What that 6 mean to me? And why did I pick that number? Like, where
But
did
that's
I
why
see
I
the
say
number?
sometimes the mental health part is the hardest part of
yes.
this weight loss journey. I mean, that's sometimes the last part. It may hit you in the middle or the beginning, but the mental health part is the hardest part. You really have to have those hard conversations with yourself. Like even before, I didn't want to look at myself in the mirror when I was heavy. I did not want to see any parts of that stomach. No, thank you. Didn't want to see it. But now I'm like, okay, we almost there. We not in Wonderland yet, but we almost there. And you have to give yourself credit. You have to give yourself credit for what you already accomplished, because what you already accomplished wasn't easy. Some
That's
people quit.
that's right. And also, Delante, I think a lot of the reasons why, in my mind, I feel like, okay, I want the 28 because the 28 is closer to the smaller size, and then the 30 puts me on the side of I could possibly be back where I was. So it's like, okay, so I thought to myself, and I had this conversation with Nikita last night. Okay, what can I do? What type of lifestyle modifications can I do to add to help this GLP-1 help me stay where I am so that I can continue to, eat the foods that I love to eat, celebrate with my friends the way I want to celebrate without thinking about, oh, this have too many calories. I want to get that out of my head. So I told Nikita, I said, can we start searching for a different type of hiking trails, because I'm trying to think of what can I do that's active, that can keep my body moving, because you remember when Oprah and the whole panel was saying it's not just about what you eat, it's not just about the exercise, it's not just about taking the medicine, it's about everything. So it's
Yep.
like, what can I do? Because that's one thing that I'm missing, being active. And the most active I am is when I'm at the hospital. Outside of that, I'm here, I'm online, I'm sitting, everything else I do is sitting down in front of a camera, and I may walk once a week, but it's something that I want to challenge myself to do. Something like, what is it that I feel like I can actively do that I like? Like Andrew, I see that you and Kima, y'all like the biking, y'all like Peloton, y'all like biking. That's y'all thing. So I'm like, well, what is my thing? I like trails. We have trails, we have like little scenic trails around here, but I'm like, okay, so can I take it a step further? Because trails is okay, but you know, it's not like biking. Biking is more active. You burn a little bit more. So what else, what can I do that's in between that? So I was thinking, okay, what if I hike? Like pick a trail that have hills where I can go up and down, where I'm still walking, I'm still outside, I'm still experiencing the scenic stuff, but I'm also having my endurance go up and down by doing the hillsides and stuff like that.
Yes.
So that's something
Yes.
that we're gonna get into.
Do you
But you know what you're
desire
going to
more?
have to do, though? You're going to have to schedule it for yourself. Just
Yeah.
like you had those planners, you have to schedule that time. and be like, you know what, this is the time I'm going to do this and I'm going to stick to it. Whether it's 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 15 to 20 minutes, whatever it is, because I know you're a planner person, you have to put that in your planner so you see it. And so you know, okay, this is my time to do this.
Yes, I'm going hiking this morning. We got and prepare. You know, prepare. Pick where we're going. Pick a time so that my mind can just be focused on it. So, Delante, to answer your question, I'm not a workout person. First, because I have rheumatoid arthritis, so my bones hurt a lot. I had I had a shoulder replacement on the left, a bone graft on the right shoulder. So it's like I have a lot of scar tissue. So it's uncomfortable for me. You know what works for me is walking, you know, and I like to be outside. Y'all know I like nature. I like trees. I like plants. I like stuff. So that's my thing. So I was like trying to figure out what can I do to step it up. So when Oprah had said that she hiked, I was like, boom, that's it. I need to start hiking because at the very least you're going up, you know, it's like your endurance goes up and down with hiking.
Like a hit.
So I'm gonna try it.
As workout. But stop looking at it as workout. That's what I used to tell people when they said, "Oh, I hate dieting." Stop looking at it as you're working out. You like to do the scenic. You like flowers and plants. Girl, find you something with a scenic route, and you just go and look at that so you can get ideas of what you go plant. You go walk the whole thing because you're curious. Take pictures. Do whatever it is. That you like and incorporate it. You're going to exercise. If you find something that with a 2 mile scenic route, before you know it, you done, oh, this plant, you're distracted from it.
And it's so peaceful when you walk outside. Oh, it's
When
peaceful.
when you for those who like to shop, do like the elderly people. It be hot outside. You know what they do? They get up early in the morning before the stores even open, and they
Walk the
walk the
store.
whole
Yep.
mall.
That's it.
Like there's so much ways, and you're just training your mind by giving it a visual set. Well, I'm just waiting for the stores to open. What I could do, I'm gonna just go ahead and walk until the stores open, not knowing that you're actually exercising in the meantime. I'm going to look at this flower. Wendell like hibiscus way over here. It's a mile away from the start point. Let me show you this hibiscus that's way over here, or this new flower. Or you just go, you just have to train your mindset and just stop thinking that, oh, it's exercise, because no
Yes.
one, like, exercise has a bad stigmata for some reason. Just like when you say, oh, it's dieting, when truth be told, dieting is basically what you eat. You eating every day. Either your diet is good or either your diet is bad. But the word diet, we done put a stigmata on it to where we just hate it. So it's like, just make minor changes. Because that's what I did to get active. I don't have trails, but I make sure, since I don't have a fence, I bring my dog to the beginning of the subdivision and back during lunch, and then at the end of the day. I'm a carb person. I'm a picky eater. So it's like sometimes I eat brown rice instead of white rice all the time. Just little stuff. And before you know it, my palate changes to the
All gonna
point
add
where
up.
I'm gonna end up making those choices.
Yep.
So it takes a minute. It's just that it's the mental part and just training the way you think. Don't look at it as that. Look at it as this.
Let me read some of these comments. Lady Puff says walking is one of the best forms of exercise. Aries Finest says walking works for me too. I recently started hiking and I love it. Bentley was asking if I love water at all, and then Scent suggested that I do aquatics. So that is really good,
Yeah.
Scent,
Yep.
because I've done that before, and you know what? I loved it. I loved doing that was fun. I was in there with a lot of elder, I was in there with a lot of
Mature.
people with wisdom,
Seasoned individuals.
but it was fun. It really
Mature.
was fun. Mature individual, but it was fun. Yeah, it really
And the
was.
only thing about the aquatics, the first thing that popped in my mind was, what about your hair? You know, I'm always trying to.
Girl,
But you know what,
get you a
though?
good waterproof bonnet. You
I
know,
can take my
I'm the
ponytail on
queen.
and off.
I'm the queen of bonnets. Don't make me send you a waterproof bonnet.
There you go. There you go.
But you know what, though, Keisha? And the reason I asked you that question about the working out is because I did not mind working out. And forever, I worked out 3 to 5 days a week. I had a trainer. I did the 5Ks quarterly. I had no problem. When I tell you I don't want to do it, I have no desire. And I actually liked it. Like, I craved it. And now I just don't. So I was very glad that Summer just said that, because that is how I had to change my mindset. Now I'm just active because I am, versus if I try to call it a workout, honey, my little sissy girl be in here like, we ain't going nowhere. Oh, you just put on your calendar we was going workout. Yeah, and we not. So
But you know, for me, that's my peace time. I don't want notifications from my phone when I'm working out. That is my time to completely zone out and focus on me for 20 to 30 minutes to an hour, where I don't have to answer nobody's questions. I don't have to have my phone in my hand. I don't have to be watching TV. That is my time to completely put everything into myself. It's funny, I had said that before at my old house. I used to close the door to my room or the living room where I was working out, because that was my private space. Don't come in here. My mom used to be pissed. Close the living room door. She couldn't get in there. But that was my private time. I still close the gym door here, and I live by myself, just because that's my mindset, where this is my private time. Nobody's going to come in there. But that's how I trained myself to be like, this is my private time. We focusing on this in this room right here, right now, for me.
a little trigger. When that door closed, you know it's time.
It's time to go. It's
Yeah.
time to go. We
Like,
not pausing the
those of us
workout.
that's
None of that.
married, you know when your husband say close that door?
Mm-hmm.
Little trigger.
You know what time it is? It's workout time.
Workout time, baby. Workout time.
Leave my door open, baby.
So Shanette says, I knew I needed to join the gym. I love Pilates, so I found a gym that offers Pilates. Sweetness says the journey looks different for different people. Take what works for you. Dan Pam says, let me tell y'all, I haven't had any meds for 3 weeks, and I can tell, she said, I can tell a big difference that her energy is gone. And Jess is saying, these are great. That's a great idea. Thank you, Bless. So yeah, I love what you said. Who was it? Sweetness, when she says the journey looks different for different people, and just take what works for you.
Well, and the good thing too, Jess, about that is there's 6 of us on here. Everybody has said something different. Everybody has said what works for them. You take what you need, everything else fades to gray. Or you take what you need and you modify it. Everything else fades to gray. And so that's the beauty of having 6 different opinions of this is what works, this is what doesn't work. Delonte acting lazy and don't want to do it. When by all those good old high-priced Pilates clothes, when was that, y'all? In January, February, honey, they still in the bag.
Andrew
So
got me.
cute.
Andrew give me on my conscience, because for some reason now I don't drink water. So when I do my scroll, and if I see anything with him, I feel convicted, and I grab this
love it.
Stanley and I take a sip.
I love
I
that.
be feeling like he be piercing in my soul, because I'm like, if you touch it, he gonna ask you if you drink water
I'm
today.
trying to tell you. I'm trying
And I
to tell
told
you.
him that the other day. I got in his live, and before I got in his live, before I tapped on it, I went and
Hurry
made
up and
my
drink some water.
back. So when I sat down, so when he said something about the water, I was gonna be ready, because I was not ready. But I think that's great to have that association.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, that's good stuff.
So Pam is saying, my potassium is back up from my scare last week. Not eating enough and getting enough electrolytes. So if you're, I'm confused, Pam. Yeah, thank you. Bentley is asking, what are your symptoms? What are your symptoms, friend?
Is that from doing the shots or not from doing the shots? Because I can actually say I have been off the shots for probably for like 2 months, because it was working better than better. And so I had those same little symptoms, to where I wasn't eating. I would go weeks without eating. I wasn't getting I don't take vitamins. I had to take potassium supplements, because like the shot was just doing what it was supposed to do. I mean, that's what it was designed to do. So I had to come off the injections for a while to pick up, just to get a little bit and get back balance.
Because you feel like your shot was too strong, or what?
It was doing the job, and I guess my body just got accustomed to it, and then I changed my habits. So that's why I normally got off, because my weight was leaving rapidly. I hit my goal. I surpassed my goal. My goal was 140.
I'm in the 139s now, and by me being so short, it's like it don't look as healthy as I would want it to look.
Mhm. But was this also with the time when you were closing on the house? Because that stress right there had you losing 10 pounds.
I want to say that and before that.
Okay.
But you
So
know how I tackle that with that 12.5 and that 15? I do a check in with myself around 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. If I haven't eaten something by 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that meal better be good. That
I
meal has
never
to be
reached
good.
that point. That's the thing.
Yeah.
When I was on MJ, I was at 7.5. I'm on compound semaglutide on 2.4. I done went down to the 2, and I still not eat. Now I eat out of hat just to make myself eat, but
Yeah.
I ain't hungry. I can go all day.
Oh,
I can
facts.
live off water.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I definitely could.
I'm
Like, I've had to sit here sometimes and literally fight to get like the whole salad down or whatever. But I'm like, you have to get this protein in. You do not have a choice. This isn't going to be something where you taste it. Because it used to be when I first started it, this once I would cook something and I would smell it, I would be over it. I had food aversion so bad, it was not even funny. I had to meet with a nutritionist and everything. And she said, you just have to stop overthinking it and just check in with yourself. Like, when did you eat last? Because I was still trying to do keto and one meal a day and all of that. She was like, not with this. She said, you have to figure out how to work with the medicine. We had a long conversation, but I would say check in with yourself daily throughout the day. Have you eaten? Have you drinking any water? How much water have you drank? Because so many people have those tiny little 16-ounce plastic bottles and got 5 bottles sitting around the house and ain't finished none of them.
Yeah.
yeah.
Get out
And
my
so y'all
house.
know
Get out my house, Andrew.
Y'all know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing. Y'all know how I say like when I was on brand, my sweet spot for brand was 10 milligrams. I had went all the way up to 15, and then when I got to maintenance, I scaled back until I found the dose that allotted me the opportunity to live my life peacefully, whereas I can still eat with my family. My food didn't taste weird. I had an appetite, but at the same time, when I would start eating, it would sit me down when it was time to sit me down. That happened for me at 10. Now that I'm on the compounded version, my 10 is too strong. So now it's like, now with compound, I have to find my balance on compound. Do y'all think that, and I'm talking to Summer and Andrew, because y'all, and Shawnee, because y'all are all saying that y'all still have so much suppression. Is that good or bad? Because, and if it's bad, are you going to try to find where your happy place so that you can stop losing weight and just be able to live your life not having to worry about that?
I mean, for me, I want the suppression, but I know now I'm not going to stay on 15. I'm probably not going to stay on 15 for maintenance because 12.5 let me eat how it gave me that perfect balance where I had that suppression when I needed it, but I was still able to eat. If I wanted a pizza, I could enjoy it. It wasn't disgusting to me. So I think the 12.5 and maybe the 10 on a good week will probably be my little maintenance doses. I will not stay on this 15. Once I get in the hundreds, that 180 range, nope.
Okay, because you're not at goal yet, right?
Nope.
Shawnee, are you at goal?
Yes, I'm at goal. I'm the lowest I got was 173. Right now I'm 174.
Okay. And
So
so you
I'm
want the
at,
suppression.
no. The thing with me is I be not taking a shot for like 15 days. I'll be all over the place. So when I do finally take a shot, my suppression is right back to where it was.
Okay, I got you. I
So
got
because
you.
I go so long without taking a shot, and then when I do take one, my suppression kicks right in. Like the
Got you.
last
Why
time I
are
took a
you doing
shot
that,
was,
Shani?
huh?
Why are you waiting? Is it because you're in maintenance and you want that to be a 14 to 15 day
Yes,
thing?
I don't want to get below one. I don't want to get below 173 again. And I don't
Okay.
know why, but I just want to
Yeah,
stay at
I get it.
175.
Okay.
Yeah.
In Summer, are you looking for your perfect balance so that you can stop losing? I mean, what's your plan?
I actually don't have no plan. I just take it day by day, to be honest. Um, I don't have no plan. Just day by day.
What's whose maintenance dose? Is that Tiger? Keisha, I can't hardly see off your. Fur.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You see who that is?
Girl, my sister wearing that jacket.
I'm
That
responding.
Isn't she? I love that thing.
She
I
wearing
love
it.
that
That
thing.
might
I
be
want to sit
good
up
on
there and
her.
look rich. I love it.
It's giving rich.
It's giving rich
It's
auntie. I love it.
It's giving Real Housewife of
I'm
Houston.
sorry. I was answering Audrey's response when she said she all ears because she just started compound yesterday, and she says, I'm not hungry at all. And I was just responding to her saying it's great if you are still wanting to lose, you want the suppression, but the issue is if you are at maintenance and you don't want to lose and you're still having such severe suppression, which is what I'm experiencing. I'm at my maintenance and I don't want that much suppression because it makes me weak. It makes me not enjoy my food. So it's like I have to find that balance. So I was asking if there was anybody in here that was experiencing that. And if you are, what are you doing about it?
Thank God I haven't got to the point where food is just nasty for me. It's not that. I do keep the shot around because I have a horrible sugar craving. Like before I pick up and actually eat food, I have like bag of Skittles, bag of M&Ms.
I can't do it. Skittles can't come nowhere near this house. You hear
Mike
me?
and
I will
Ike's,
tear the whole bag
like,
up.
I have that sugar. My food noise is sugar. So that's one reason why I still keep it around. So, but other than that, I don't have no plan.
But you do know that you're at the weight that you want to be. So you know that.
Yeah, I do that. I just have to now tell myself it's okay and start going shopping because I refuse. For some reason, I don't like trying on clothes and doing all that. That stresses me out. That'll break me out in hives. I have a mini panic attack. I don't like it.
Did you
But
like
is
it
it
before?
because
No, I never liked it.
Okay.
So
Is it because
Can't wait to go
is it
try on
because you couldn't
clothes.
find clothes to fit you
Can't
though?
wait.
Is
in
that
the
the reason
beginning,
why?
yeah, in the beginning, because I was one of those, I was very top heavy, so I was like a H. So like I'm a double X at the top and then like I'm a real small at the bottom. So I still have that mentality and I still have that to where like just go and sit in the waiting room. Like I have to do baby steps and change that mental part because I'm not one of them. Let's go to the mall and let's go try on clothes. Nah, that'll stress me out. That's like a whole nother
I think we
situation or
I think
issue
we should try again, sister. I
that
think
I
we
have
should
to
try
solve.
again. Now that you are down, I think your experience will be different. I think your experience will be different.
I agree. And with the right shopping crew, honey, it's a good time. It's a good
And
time.
let me tell you something. The mirrors in a dressing room are something different. The lighting in a
It
dressing
will get
room
you
is something
together.
different. Do you hear
Yes.
me?
Like the way we took over
Yeah.
that Victoria's Secret dressing room. We just took it over. I
Listen.
don't know if everybody
Never.
felt, but we had ran them off.
Delonte, you know I used to cry because I never had anything from Victoria's Secret. Not even I didn't like their perfume. Not even a pair of underwear. Like that's how bad it was. Like I have not even went there to be like, well, let me go try.
Let me write this down. Let me write this down. We're going to Victoria's Secret with something.
Okay. Okay, yes. Let me say this for Mimi, who's saying that she was gonna pay out of pocket for her W. We all know. And then someone else was saying I may start trying compound. You guys, I have to do my little shameless plug since we're in here and we're
I
talking
almost
about it.
plugged you twice already. They better recognize what they do.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I am partnered with AMBLE, you guys. AMBLE is a telehealth company that does specialize in compounded medications for anyone who's having issues with their insurance company, issues getting prior authorizations approved, issues with the shortage that a lot of us are experiencing. AMBLE is an amazing company. Their owners are amazing people who prioritize customer service over everything. Their owner is obsessed with her customer service. And the links are in my bios, guys. No matter what platform you are on, the links are in my bio. Keep in mind that that you're only paying for medication. You're not paying for shipping. You're not paying physician fees. You're not paying any subscriptions. anything like that, you're only paying for your medication. We do not service Louisiana, Mississippi, or New Mexico yet, you guys. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And it's no pressure, because I always say, always call your insurance companies first and try to get these medications through your insurance company first, because that's the ideal thing to do, primarily because these medications are extremely expensive, and you have to be consistent in taking the medications for it to resolve any of your comorbidities, because these are endocrine medications. They're going to work on your comorbidities first. If you have diabetes, fatty liver, if you have hypertension, high cholesterol, all of the things, fluid retention, it's going to work on those things first. So you have to get your mindset together first before you start these medications, and understand these are endocrine medications, and the side effect can possibly be weight loss. So go in with the right mindset, so you're not disappointed and you know what you are signing up for. Okay, so if you are not able to get these through your insurance companies first, know that you have options. AMBLE is the option that I recommend to my, for my family, my friends, my platform, because I have vetted them. I have had detailed conversations with the owners. I know what their vision is. I know where they're trying to go. So I support AMBLE. I support a lot of telehealth companies, but I'm partnered with AMBLE because I know the owner, and I know what the vision is, and I was able to sit down and question her the way she let me ask anything, and she does not filter us. So I love that about her, and she's very honest, and she's very real with her practice. So that's why I love AMBLE. So if anybody is interested, the links are in my bio. Just know that no pressure, and always vet your insurance company first. So just keep that in mind, you
I'm a
guys.
compound poster child, because I've been on compound a year. Don't let nobody tell y'all that compound, I know it's scary, first and foremost, but you're going to get the same effects, if not better, to be honest, because I've been on brand and I've been on compound, and I love compound. Compound did everything what it do. I didn't even have the side effects, like talking about too much with being on compound. I didn't have to deal with the constipation too much. I didn't have the tired effect or the fatigue effect at all with compound. I started off at 211. I'm 130. I got on the scale this morning. I'm literally 137 pounds. And it's been a year, March, April, May, a year and 3 months that I did compound. So don't let nobody tell y'all that it can't be done with compound. It took a while. It took a moment, but I was there to be healthy. I was on 2 blood pressure medications. I was on cholesterol. I was on some antidepressants because I suffer with PCOS, PMDD. It corrected my period, and I saw changes in 30 days. It may not be full weight, because the weight came, but I saw changes in 30 days. Don't babysit the scale. You may lose a pound here, a pound there. You go lose some inches. Give yourself grace. Make reasonable goals. 3 pounds a month. So if you use more, clap for it. If you stay at 3, clap for it. Just know that if you do compound and you have to go that route, it's okay. It's okay. It works. So, yeah.
Don't be scared of that compound. Please don't be scared of that
It's
compound.
gonna
I've
make
been
you
on it
thirsty.
since October. That compound is the business. And sometimes you may even get more than a month. If they fill that vial right, you
Oh
may get
yes.
more than a month.
Oh yeah.
So
And
you
another
actually make
thing,
it out.
y'all. Another thing
Or
I
B12
wanted to
help
say,
too.
when it comes to compounding medications, you guys, um, if you are on a specific dose, another good thing about having a vial is that with the help of your clinician, you can titrate your dose. Now, I'm not telling you guys to do your conversions by yourself. Your doctors will give you the conversions. So say for instance, you are taking 10, your 10 is doing too much, and you want to do a 7.5. You have to go into the patient portal, talk with your clinician about it, ask them for the conversion so that they can tell you how to dose yourself. Don't do it yourselves, because a lot of people have been doing that, because you can, but you have to get the right conversion to
Yeah.
be able to do it. And our clinicians will give it to you. because they know if you're asking about it, you're gonna do it anyway. So the best thing for them to do is to give you the safe dose. So just go into your patient portal, let them know what's going on, and then you guys can make the decision together, and they'll give you the conversion. But don't try to figure it out on your own, because everybody's concentration is not the same. So your conversion not gonna be the same. So when y'all are asking people, well, what is your, how many units of 5 do you give? My units of 5 may not be the same units. My units of 5 milligrams may not be the same units of your 5, because our concentration may be different. So y'all stop doing that. Talk with your clinicians, okay? Candor says there's always extra in my vial.
Sure is.
It really is. It's always good. Y'all ought to see
Listen.
me too, trying to get that needle right.
I even bought you know, they have the little can opener things off of Amazon, so I can open the cap and get that last little bit out of there. Listen, we don't leave nothing up in that container. Nothing.
I hadn't thought of that. I need to tell my niece.
Yeah. It's like a 3-pack for like $5 or $3. Oh yeah. Pop that
I'm
cap right
jealous.
on off.
I'm jealous because mine's always came drawn up already. So
Love it. Love it. I'll be waiting for FedEx at the door. You hear me? Waiting
Send me
for
my
them.
bottle. Send me my bottle.
Waiting for them
I
at
got
the
it from
door.
there.
Oh yes, Felicia. Oh yes. I think it's in my Amazon storefront. It sure is. It's probably under beauty products. Pop that cap right off. Get that last little bit out of there. Listen, that might be an extra dose too.
Oh.
Me too, Candor. Mine came from Revive. And the owners of AMBLE were just here last week going through Revive's compound, going through their pharmacy. They were showing them how they make the medication, how they the sterile room that they make it in. When I tell y'all, that owner is serious, she's serious. So I loved that. I love that. And she was very impressed. Anyone who gets their medication from Revive, that was one of the compounded pharmacies they came here to do a walkthrough with. You can't request the pharmacy that you want, Kima. It's just because the owner is so focused on customer service, is whoever can prioritize the patient and get the patient what they need at the most convenient and the fastest way. So it just depends on which pharmacy is ready to dispense.
And they use like 3, right? 3 or 4
They use a
pharmacies.
few more than that.
Oh, okay.
And all AMBLE pharmacies are legit. They're 503A pharmacies, so that means that you have to have a prescription. They are expecting a prescription, and only a limited amount of medication can be made from that script. It's not made in batches, and that script has to be batch tested before it can be sent to you. Sister, there's someone in the chat is asking, has this helped anyone's heavy menstruals or fibroids? Didn't you talk on that?
I don't have fibroids. I didn't have. It regulated my cycle. For what I had going on with me, it regulated my cycle.
She's stuck.
So I think most people say that it does regulate them.
And that's what they're saying. And Kima just mentioned it as
because you're
well.
walking, sister.
Yeah.
Regulate and super ovulation. So somebody might touch your ankle and you might be pregnant that night. So it does what it needs.
Candor says my sister's is much better. She no longer has the heavy ones. And TMC 391 says it does wonders for my inflammation. Yes, it helps with inflammation as well. See, and that's what I was saying, you guys, and that's like one of the things I'm educating on every single day. These medications, again, are endocrine medications, so it's gonna help the homeostasis. It's gonna help bring that body into homeostasis. So if you are having inflammatory issues, it's gonna help resolve that. If you're having fluid retention, it's gonna help with that. It's going to help your kidney issues. It's going to prevent pre-diabetics into going into full diabetes. Patients who are diabetic, it's going to help you come off all of those medications. All of that, all of those fatty acids that we carry is going to help us to diurese those. It's going to prevent a lot of people from going into chronic kidney diseases. Do y'all know that kidney disease come in stages? It helps to prevent your chronic kidney disease from progressing to the next stage. And for diabetics, that is amazing for you guys, because one of the biggest things that a diabetic can face is going on dialysis, because that's that organ is one of the things, along with that pancreas, is something that diabetes attacks. So that is like monumental, y'all. It's amazing.
Okay, so hey, for every non-nursing professional, Keisha has said the word homeostasis a couple times. I want to go ahead and read for y'all what it says.
That is a big word. Sorry.
Well, and then, because I get it. And then, I don't know, like when you just said it, I thought, who don't know what that means? So what it says in simple terms, pretty much is just balance. But it says a state of balance among all the body systems needed for the body to survive and function correctly. Okay. So it really is just balance, but it's balance between all of it. All right.
And so Audrey Nichelle, thank you so much for sharing this with us. She says, the medication has helped to slow the progression of my kidney disease. Oh. Yes. I love that for you, sweetheart. I love that for you, because kidney disease is scary, y'all. When my patients come in and they have kidney disease, it's a lot of stuff that go along with that. Mm-hmm. And that's a scary thing for someone to experience. Mm-hmm. Just the thought of, I could possibly be on dialysis. People live long lives on dialysis, don't get me wrong, but it's like, it's inconvenient, it's inconvenient for people. And so if there's a medication that's out there that can help prevent that, y'all have to tell y'all loved ones. Y'all have to keep talking to them, keep showing them, keep giving them literature, and try to say it in a language that they can receive it. Because sometimes these big terminologies go over people's heads. Sometimes you just got to get down dirty with them and just say it how they receive it. Because some people hear things differently. Everybody have their own way of hearing and understanding and processing information. So sometimes you got to come off your educated level and come down to where they are and give it to them the way they need to hear it, so that they can receive it and move on it, and check in on them, like someone else was saying. Andrew was saying this. I was asking him, how can we get men to start talking about their disease process more? How do we make them more comfortable with talking about it, and and trusting that their information is safe with us? How do we do that? And you said what, Andrew?
We just got to have a conversation. We got to have an open conversation. Let him know that it's a safe space to share his struggles, that he will not be judged if he shares those struggles with you. You can't look at him funny now if he's telling you about his health issues. Don't say you can tell me, and then a week later, well, you just can't do that. You can't do that. You gotta really go into it with an open mind, with an open heart, and have a real conversation. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is so good. Exceptionally me, Shafante says dialysis, loss of limbs, blindness, increased risk of Alzheimer's are all dangers of type 2 diabetes. Baby, you said a mouthful, because it is. Mm-hmm. It is. Poor tissue healing. Like, a diabetic can't get cut. They can't, especially on their feet. Like, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. It will take forever for those wounds to heal. Forever.
If they heal.
If they heal.
If they heal.
Oh, and it's Darian. Hey, friend. How are you? Y'all, that's my friend from YouTube. It's Darian says, and please don't weaponize his vulnerability.
Yes.
He will shut down after that. Yes, yep. Friend. Oh, my God. Yes. Thank you for that, friend.
That was right on the money right there.
Oh, my God.
And one of the things that may be taboo, and it's regarding the man, like what he said, but what I've seen working in the pharmacy and healthcare all the way around, having type 2 diabetes and being obesity too does affect the men, give them ED.
Sure do.
And that's the main thing that I done heard men say that been weaponized towards them. And believe it or not, it's young men between the ages of 25 and 35 who
Yep.
are being like diagnosed with this. So you could just imagine like the blow to the ego. And these days, you know, the young women and the women, they're not showing no mercies with feelings. So if you know someone or you're in a relationship with someone, please make it a safe space. And
See, Delonte, didn't I say that yesterday?
I
See?
done
You
had,
did, and you were absolutely correct, and I agree. But it's the same thing that a woman feel, you know, from when, you know, if you get heavy. Now he talking about that's why he had cheated and stuff. So, you know, sometimes it just be back and forth. But yeah, you don't want to do that, and I do get it.
it helps the GLP-1s and everything. It does help because I done approve a PA once or twice for somebody who done had this and like really stick to it. So it when I say mentally affect, not just the rest of them. Yeah. So it's like give our guys grace too.
Wait a minute, you got the PA approved because of the ED?
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's the comorbidity
I mean, it
because
is.
the fine print. And I wish everybody think like me. We have the criteria. Let's just say it's anti-diabetic medication because that's what it falls under. For some, it lists the drugs, everything. It says that one, they need to be a type 2 diabetic, need to be insulin, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But then we have this bold asterisk footnote. You know what the footnote mean? All the way at the bottom. If you feel that you need to go against the criteria, use your best clinical judgment.
Mm-hmm.
So
We like fine print, period.
me being me, I'm like, okay, they have the ED. The ED is because he's obese because of this. They have high blood pressure. Before I say yeah and approve and give you this medication, what I'm doing is going back and make sure that everything is on the prior authorization, because that's why I say use all diagnosis, because somebody like me is going to fight for you. And if I get audited, I'm gonna be like, yeah, and they be like, well, he has ED. No, he just don't have ED. He has this and this that caused this. The doctor said it this on page 2, page 3 in paragraph. That's how I make my notes when I approve.
Mm-hmm.
So when people ask me to help them by prior authorization, I don't care how trivial it is. Let me decide what's too much. Put it all on there.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
All your diagnosis. I stumped my toe, and because I was scared to get my toe stumped, it shrinks a little bit. Put it on there, and let me see if it were. I'm serious, because that's what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, men, get your hormones tested. What's your testosterone looking like? Because that plays a huge part in how you put on muscle, your energy levels, everything. Women, get your hormones tested because your hormones determine a lot how you digest food. Your hormones determine more than you think. That's why I told them before I started lifting weights, I said, yeah, we're gonna get this testosterone tested because when I lift weights, I'm always tired and exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you
Women,
something. Got that testosterone? Can't tell me nothing now. Can't tell me nothing now.
women need to get their testosterone test as well.
Yep.
I don't see a lot of women, but a lot of women need to get their testosterone test too. That could be a problem of your mustache. Why we got a little beard? Why we got a little goatee? Get that testosterone. They checking that A1C. Get that testosterone check, because mine is a 13, and I might not had heavy facial hair, but I had the rage hormone. So I used to get mad and get angry all the time and be wanting to fight. And that's why, because I exhibit a little bit more. So it's like when we get on these medications, it corrects a lot of that for me. And I saw changes in like 30 to 45 days. Like nothing is too small. You're not crazy with how you feel, with how you feeling. And compound help.
So Miss Tracy Phelps says, what if you reached menopause? And thank you for the follow. Thank you for the follow, Miss Tracy. What if you reach? What if you reach menopause?
Does it help?
Yeah. What? So what are you asking, baby? With that, thank you for the follow, Miss Belinda. And there's 122 people on here. If you guys are not following Delante, please make sure y'all are following Delante, Andrew, Shawnee, and Summer. Please, you guys, because these are advocates in the community that come on all the time to do education, motivation, inspiration. They develop community. They have great platforms. Their content is amazing, all of them.
One
Tames, I believe your PCP can do it. I believe
sorry.
your endocrinologist can do it.
PCP can.
Yeah. Okay, good. I thought they could. They can do it.
PCP can.
In last resort, you can do telehealth too if you
And
want. So you just got to find it. But the doctor has to be
I
willing
feel sorry.
to put you on some. Yeah.
I feel sorry. You can. Your primary care doctor can do it. And why I say your
That's
primary
good.
care doctor do it, because you see women. We can see, if you don't know, your insurance covers 2 health visits. You can go to your primary care doctor, and then you go to your GYN visit, and it's free.
Mm,
To
that's
get
good.
this. Guess what? Me and my primary care, and I use my primary care because that's someone who I talk to every day, and it's just more backup on the backup on the backup. But if I ask him to do whatever it needs to be done, he'll do it. Now, if it's out his scope of practice, that's when my GYN come. But your testosterone can be added in, just like you're checking for your thyroid, just like you're checking for lipids. Ain't nothing out the box that your primary care doctor cannot do for you. If these doctors are not helping y'all in this day and age and this stage, get another one.
Yeah.
We get another one. We are out here and we're dying young. We
Get you
we
an endocrinologist.
we you don't have to straight up and go get a specialist right out the gate. Your primary can do it.
If they
The
will.
If they
the
will.
only way you go into a specialist is if it's like a self-diagnosed problem. Like, my doctor will treat so much of my PCOS symptoms, but when it get deep, like ultrasounds and everything else, then I have to go through the GYN. One thing I would like to say also that I haven't mentioned in a while: if you know you're doing everything right and your doctors are not giving y'all proper care, y'all need to tell on them. And when I say tell on them, call your insurance company and file a grievance, letting them know they're not doing what they're supposed to do.
But at the end of the day, if your primary care doctor can refer you to an endocrinologist for obesity, just know
Because
that. If you feel,
right, because as a healthcare professional, if if this is not the okay, so we're deep in wound care. That's what we do all the time. Is wound. Yes, I have a scope of practice, but if this is not my thing and you need a deeper dive, I'm gonna send you who do the deep dives. That
that's
just
right.
makes sense. So where's the fight in that?
Yeah, because
You know what
my primary care can't treat my obesity. I'm not even putting that in your hands because you don't know enough for me. I need the person who
And
knows.
why? And I'm gonna tell you why. And I'm gonna tell you why I say that. Because before I send you over to an endocrinologist to treat obesity, the first line of offense that I'm gonna give you, that's FDA approved, that criteria says that your PCP can give you, is LI, is Orastat, is phentermine. From a primary care physician standpoint, they can prescribe that. They may not want to because some of them frown upon being obese, but they can prescribe that. When you start saying that I think it's this, and this, and it start hitting other body systems, then they can do. But it's not against their scope of practice to give you a prescription for Ally, Orastat, and all
Oh no,
that, because they
it's
can
not.
do
But
it.
some of them won't. Some of them won't do it.
Yeah.
I promise you, they ain't doing it. It's a big problem, and that's what Oprah was saying, that they're not doing it. They're not respecting you. You heard the audience was saying it yesterday. They're not doing it.
Yeah.
The endocrinologist said it. They're not doing it because they it's too deep for them for some reason. I don't know what it is. But let me answer Bright's question. She said, "Have you heard of any type 1 diabetic taking this medication?" I did. I had a young lady on either yesterday or the day before yesterday that was a type 1 that was on it. And actually that was the first person that I saw that was on it. And thank you for the follow, my love. Um I am going to, y'all, it is time for me to go to my event. I just want to get some last words from the panel before I let y'all go. This was a very good discussion. We will have it again. I enjoyed it, y'all. It went better than I expected it was gonna go, because I really had just came on to talk about the event, but God always come in and make us go a little bit deeper sometimes. So Delante, any closing words?
Well, first, I want to thank everyone for the follow. After you said that, my phone is blowing up. And so thank you. And my prayers that I always can share, give, help. I think I'm still so excited about the fact that you walked away real different and it didn't have anything to do with weight. Because, I mean, when you open your mind like that about something else and you get like a revelation about that, about something else, if so many of us can do that, I don't know, it just takes us so many other places. I don't know. So anyway, I'm still on that. So anyway, and thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing this experience with all of us. Thank you for calling us before. Thank you for, just sharing this with us. You didn't have to.
You're welcome, my love.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
Andrew?
I would say have that conversation with your fellas. Have that conversation with your spouses. Let them know they can talk about their weight loss and they won't be judged. Get your gut health checked and get your hormones checked, friends. And drink it with her. Drink it with her. Y'all ain't drinking with her all day. What you doing?
Shawnee?
I'm glad that I was able to get on with you guys, and I took in a lot of information, and I'm proud of you guys, especially proud of you, and you look fabulous
You do
Thank
look
you,
great.
while you was
friend.
on
Thank
there.
you, friend.
But other than that, I enjoyed it. It was very nice, much needed.
Thank you, my love. And sister?
Well, I love all y'all. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you, sister. I'm proud of all Shawnee, Andrew, Delante, Kima's not here, but a lot of y'all for loving on my sister and having her back and being educated to the community. I'm happy to be a part and to assist wherever I can. If you need me for prior authorization needs and other stuff as well, I just get in where I fit in. But for the most part, thank you guys for just shedding light on all situations, not just the GLP-1 community, but everything that makes a person, a woman, a man, and it's just like being kind, compassion, and love in all things. So I appreciate you guys for that.
Hey, Summer, inbox me your phone number, please.
I
Yes,
appreciate all
ma'am.
of you. I appreciate all of you guys for taking the time to come on and just be motivational and give inspiration and just y'all's brilliant minds. I appreciate everybody in the comments for being so kind to one another and engaging from a peaceful and loving place. I thank y'all for that, because it is community that we all need. We need to identify with somebody so that we are able to share and to share without being judged. So I appreciate that from you guys. I love you guys for that. It gives us all the opportunity to open up and to be able to be a release for one another, because sometimes some of us don't have that. So I definitely always want this to be a place where we can come and feel like we can share without being judged, so that we can get what we need from the conversation. And like Delante said earlier, just take what you need. You don't have to agree with everything that I'm saying, but if there was one thing that you can take away and use it, then do that. But please don't judge me for my journey, because my journey is my journey. Your journey is your journey, and it's not always gonna look the same. And it don't have to. It doesn't have to. So I love you guys. And then also, if there's anybody who is contemplating doing compound, the links are always in my bio, no matter what social site. If you go on YouTube, the links are in the description. And just know, I would never tell you guys to do something that I have not done myself. I would never tell you guys to do anything that I have not vetted and researched and questioned and this and that. I'm a very, very detailed individual, and I love evidence-based practice. I love that. So just keep that in mind, and no pressure. No pressure. Okay, I love you guys, and we will talk tomorrow. And happy Mother's Day to all the
Happy Mother's Day,
mothers.
y'all. Y'all enjoy
Happy
it.
Mother's Day, you
Don't do nothing
guys.
tomorrow. Don't do a single thing tomorrow.
Yes. Happy Mother's Day. I love you guys, and we will talk probably Monday. Okay. Have a
Thank
good
you
day,
for
my
this,
love.
guys. Y'all have a good day.
Bye-bye. Take
Bye.
pictures, Keisha. Take pictures.
I will.
Bye.
Bye bye.